prepared. I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
It has happened where people just haven't noticed when they've run out of time. I'm like, sounds good. Oh, overcooked it a bit. Jeez.
Clean! Keep going, ET! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going!
Minus 1,000 flash will win Apres Curl.
Oh, they're really sweeping this, boys. They're
Look at this,
really
this is a good one.
sweeping this. Oh, boy, you can't give up a steal here.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, nice shot from Caitlin.
But here we go, it's happening.
Yeah, draw for the win for Rylan Kleider. Needs a piece of the forefoot. He's been really good all game. Trevor Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No,
Oh,
they
line's
like
good.
line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Rylan Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
A long day, a job well done, and the final work call. Where your place? Come as you are, and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mice, eat locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts. It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits. Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Game. A long day, a job well done, and the final work call. Where your place? Come as you are, and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mice, eat locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
and when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts. It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits. Seizing victory.
when victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love,
Having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
It has happened where people just haven't noticed when they've run out of time. I'm like, sounds good. Oh, overcooked it a bit. Jeez.
Clean! Keep going, ET! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going!
Minus 1,000 flash will win apres curl.
Oh, they're really sweeping this, boys. They're
Look at this,
really
this is a good one.
sweeping this. Oh, boy, you can't give up a steal here.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, nice shot from Caitlin.
So here we go, it's happening.
Yeah, draw for the win for Rylan Kleider. Needs a piece to the forefoot. He's been really good all game. Trevor Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No,
Oh,
they
line's
like
good.
line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Rylan Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
A long day, a job well done, and the final work call. Where your place. Come as you are, and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mice, eat locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts. It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits. Seizing victory.
when victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call. Where your place. Come as you are, and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mice, eat locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
every millimeter counts. It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits. Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared. I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And is the choice of champions.
It has happened where people just haven't noticed when they've run out of time. I'm like, sounds good. Oh, overcooked it a bit. Jeez.
Clean! Keep going, ET! Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Minus 1,000 flash will win apres curl.
Oh, they're really sweeping this, boys. They're
Look at this,
really
this is a good
sweeping this. Oh, boy, you can't give up a steal here.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, nice shot from Caitlin.
But here we go, it's happening.
Yeah, draw for the win for Rylan Kleider. Needs a piece to the forefoot. He's been really good all game. Trevor Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yep for line ever.
No,
Oh,
they
line's
like
good.
line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Rylan Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
A long day, a job well done, and the final work call. Where your place. Come as you are, and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mice, eat locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts. It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits. Seizing victory.
when victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a Gold Line.
it's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line. And it's the choice of champions.
Another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call. Where your place. Come as you are, and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mice, eat locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
and when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts. It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits. Seizing victory.
when victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a Gold Line.
it's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line. And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared. I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And is the choice of champions.
It has happened where people just haven't noticed when they've run out of time. I'm like, sounds good. Oh, overcooked it a bit.
Jeez.
Clean. Keep going, ET. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Minus 1,000 flash will win apres curl.
Oh, they're really sweeping this, boys. They're
Look at this,
really
this is a good one.
sweeping this. Oh, boy, you can't give up a steal here.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, nice shot from Caitlin.
But here we go, it's happening.
Yeah, draw for the win for Rylan Kleider. Needs a piece of the forefoot. He's been really good all game. Trevor Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No,
Oh,
they
line's
like
good.
line. Now does it have the
Welcome back to the Mary Brown Center in St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. One last time here at the Coyote National, the third Grand Slam, the Grand Slam circuit of this 2024-2025 season. We've got Team Mouat and Team Jacobs here in this Coyote National final, third leg of the Grand Slam season. Tyler George here with Brent Lang and Chelsea Carey. Langer, we talked a bit about the game going in, but this is a tough one to pick with Team Mouat obviously winning the last two slams and only losing one game in the process to get to this point in those three events. But Team Jacobs, you've seen him kind of building some momentum throughout the week. And then that game against Team Gushu, where they played the villain role. Brad caught fire, the whole team caught fire. I don't know that he's missed a shot since.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch, and they had a couple of kind of fortunate wins or kind of grindy wins in the round robin, which sometimes is exactly what you need to get a little bit of momentum, and then you start playing better, and you already have the belief that you can win no matter what, and here they are. They haven't lost a game this week, and I just can't wait to see if they cheer for him or if they continue to boo him.
Chelsea on the opposite side, obviously Mouat on what most teams would consider the run of a lifetime in the slams, but would not be the first time he's won 3 slams in a row. So nothing new for Bruce, and there's just no weakness with this team. 1 through 4, they will out-execute you at every position.
No, they played so incredible, and honestly, I think that if I was a team in the rest of the field, if I was Brad Jacobs right now, I might be wanting to put a hit out on Team Schuster, because it seemed like that win, that incredible shot that John Schuster made to win that game, just kind of woke the beast. And Team Mouat, I'm not sure they've missed a shot since then, so this should be an amazing game.
A lot of times, Brent, we see in championship finals like this, teams start out a little conservative trade hits, maybe play for the blank in the first end. I doubt that Team Mouat will be playing that way. I think they're going right to a center guard, but would you be surprised either way?
I'd be surprised if they didn't throw a center guard for sure, because I think if they throw it in, I'd almost guarantee you Brad will hit it and roll to the wing and then maybe even blank the first. And if they do throw a center, I think Brad will go to the wing. I think I've seen him do that a little bit, and then I wouldn't be surprised to see Bruce throw double centers and we get right after it right away.
Chelsea, we keep going back to that crazy game, quarterfinal matchup between Jacobs and Gushu. We talked with John Morris here in the booth about that game going in, and John was spot on. He said this is what Brad lives for, Jacobs, not Gushu, that he likes the villain role. He loves this raucous atmosphere. He's going to be at his absolute best tonight, and not only was he at his best, he was egging the crowd on to give him more. He wanted more boos. He wanted his team to be the bad guys. We saw Team McEwen do that with their entrance, but we didn't really see it throughout the game, and it wasn't enough to get boos. For Team Jacobs, they have fully embraced this villain role. I think that they'd be happy if they got more of that same treatment this final.
I agree. I think the best thing, if the crowd is pro Mouat, I would not boo Brad Jacobs, because I think that's going to make him play a lot better. He's designed for that. He's that kind of guy. Even you think of their run in 2014 when they were fist pumping and come on and all this stuff, and they got a lot of heat for that, but Brad likes that. So being put in the villain role, they couldn't have picked a better guy to do it to. And unfortunately for them, they were trying to help Gushu, and I actually think it probably hurt him, because Brad Jacobs didn't miss any shots that game.
Brett, is that something that you've experienced maybe to a lesser degree in events where you knew you weren't the crowd favorite, but you really enjoy being on the other side of it, where you get to silence the crowd with a big shot, or kind of embrace that role where you get to break some hearts?
Well, I don't think we ever got to break hearts, but we certainly were hated a lot. Unfortunately for us, it was in this building in 2017 one time, and we didn't get to break any hearts that day.
It was hard not to be hated in that building
right?
in 2017, I think. But
and then I think 2013 was probably the most raucous crowd at a Briar. It was in Edmonton, and they got all over Glenn in our last round robin game because we were playing against Team Martin, and Team Martin needed to win and then needed Stoughton to lose next door to 2-9, I think they maybe 2-9, something like that, BC. And as Martin usually did at the Briar, he beat us, and then we're sitting watching, and they were heckling Stouty pretty bad. Like, they were calling Glenn by name, but Glenn did a little bit what Brad did last night. It was easier for us because the game didn't matter. We were already first. So a different situation, but no, I've never been able to piss the crowd off that was against me, which is disappointing.
Yeah, I'm actually in the same boat. We played Rachel in the final in Ottawa at the trials in 2017, and would have loved to piss the crowd off that day, but didn't get to do it.
Although we did beat Gushu in a Briar final in 2016, and he wasn't the hometown team, but he's the hometown team everywhere.
He's the favorite everywhere.
We got to piss off the Ottawa fans.
There you go.
Yeah,
you
so
got to do it
I'm
once,
taking that as a win.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Brent, you were on the call for the women's final earlier today as well. We tend to see sometimes when there's no other games going on that the ice straightens out a little bit and maintains a little bit longer, stays keen. Did we see anything different in the conditions this morning or this afternoon from what we've seen the rest of the week?
Yeah, we probably saw a little bit of that. In the first end especially, there was some wide and heavy misses. Ended up with a big pile up in the back 8-foot. And, there was no sweeping for line in the first end. It was all on the carve side, on the curl. And so, yeah, we saw that a little bit, but the teams both settled down. All the shots were really being made. It was an extremely well-played game. And as it often does in the Grand Slam curling finals, it came down to one shot here or there. And I think that one shot might have been Anna's last. If she makes that guard really, really perfectly, Rachel has to make probably a 12 or 15-foot angle raise for the win, which I'm sure she would have made. But
yeah, it's hard to bet against her making anything. But
right,
yes.
Right. But harder than the shot she ended up making. But it was everything you're looking for in a final. It was back and forth, tons of great shots, a few misses here or there, and the crowd was awesome.
Yeah, we can't complain about the crowd, that's for sure.
It's raucous in here once again, and lights are down. Robbie Doherty's on the mic, giving the lineups out for this game. We'll let Robbie take over for a minute here.
All right, boos or cheers for Team Jacobs? You got to pick a side.
It's going to be a mix.
I think it's going to be cheers. At least for the first 3, and then Brad's 50-50.
That's a good point. Doesn't have to be the same for the whole team.
So you're saying for the first time, Benny's going to get the least boos of anybody on the squad?
It would be the first time of his life.
We're going to find out quick. Oh, it's mixed. Chelsea wins.
It's a mix, yeah.
There's some boo birds.
Yeah, I think Cups is going to have a little less mix.
If anyone is better suited to being booed than Brad Jacobs, it's Ben Hebert.
Brett, more cheers than Ben.
Well, East Coaster.
Yeah.
They booed him pretty good though.
They did. Yeah.
In the Brad battle.
Yeah, they had no, East Coast tie in that one. They were booing every Jacobs shot.
Yeah, pretty good.
Benny got the most boos.
Here we go.
There we go.
There we go. Egg him on. There we go. Yeah, Ben retains the title. It's quite the spectacle here at the Mary Brown Center. Fitting of this occasion, Brent, I think by anybody's estimation that's watched this tournament throughout, these are the 2 best teams from the way that they've played the entire week and deserve to be in this final.
Yeah, it's hard to get to a Grand Slam final by accident.
Yeah.
It's really easy to be out kind of by accident early.
I can
often.
confirm that.
I wasn't specifically referring to your team, Chelsea, but
it really applied to us this week, though. But you're right. Getting to the final is not by accident.
No, it's super hard and getting harder and really easy not to qualify. And these are just the best events on earth, and they continue to get better. The play is up and down. There's more and more teams playing at the top level.
A little pre-game interview here at close to center ice.
Started the season, but this week undefeated, they're dialed in. What's it going to take to get the job done here today?
It's going to be real tough. This is the #1 team in the world right here. They work really hard. They're so impressive. We've got our hands cut out for us today, so we're going to have to put a lot of shots together. And like Bruce said, we'll see how it goes. Should be a great game.
Bruce, you're starting
I wish one of them would just say, "We're going to own you today."
What's it been like playing this week in this arena?
Well, listen, yesterday was one of the coolest experiences for us.
Attaboy, Brad.
Oh, he's buying votes.
Yeah.
And Labrador should be very proud of themselves. We need more curling fans like you all across the world.
I agree with him on that.
Now he's the favorite again.
He's not getting booed now.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't think he should have done that to himself.
More than you know. Thank you.
It's a babyface turn.
It is. He went from heel to babyface real quick.
Yeah.
He's right, though.
I had even money that he was going to call the fans bums again, but no dice.
Bums in seats. You're
Bums
taking
in
it out
seats.
of context.
Yeah, bums in seats.
You're full on media now. You're just cut and paste.
So I think he still meant it as their bums, not bottoms.
Your
read that way.
Your American flag is showing.
Brad Jacobs at fifth, Mark Kennedy at third, Brett Gallant at second, Ben Hebert at lead for Team Jacobs. And Team Mouat, Skip Bruce Mouat, third, Grant Hardy, second, Bob Lemmy, and at lead, Hammy McMillan Jr. Langer, did you ever play against senior?
I did, yeah. We were, I remember one specific game because we won.
Yeah.
And we were still in juniors playing in the Welton Bow Shop and beat them in the A final.
There you go.
I still think they might have let us win, but who knows? They probably just saw a softer spot somewhere else in the draw and probably didn't trust themselves with a full day off at the Welton. We should have known better. We went on a bit of a bender and lost the quarters for sure.
They were veterans, though. They probably could have handled
they were,
it.
yeah, way better than us for sure. But no, Hammy was entertaining on and off the ice, as fiery as a competitor. Like if they booed him, that wouldn't be a guy you'd want to boo either.
Yeah, they actually did that in the game that he beat my dad in the
Did they?
Worlds. Yeah.
Did he wave the like? Brad kind of riled the pointer finger. I think Hammy would have switched to the next finger.
Yeah, well, he basically did. So
yeah, not surprising.
He threw that crazy shot, this like quad around the horn, and then he went to, and the crowd was going crazy, and he went to the crowd like with arms up like Brad Jacobs, exactly like what Brad Jacobs did.
That's not surprising.
No, it's like it's on brand.
Fiery fella.
Chip off the block, Junior, starting things off here.
Okay,
as you said, Brent, no surprise, going right to the center guard to start.
Both the side. Feel tight. It's good though.
And I think Brad is going to go to the wing.
I agree. We have seen that already.
No.
Look at this. All right, let's mix it up.
Maybe knows that Bruce isn't going to wait. Bruce wants to play all 8 ends.
Second
and
center,
throw the second center, and you want no part of that if you're Team Jacobs.
I have seen Team Jacobs go to the wing most of the week when in this situation. So I do feel like that's because they know he'll throw the second center, not go around it.
We did see in the semifinal matchup last night with Jacobs taking on Team McEwen that Bruce was not afraid. Sorry, Team Mouat taking. Bruce was not afraid to go underneath the guard with 2 opponent counters in without hammer. But he went right to top 4, ignored 2 stones, and controlled the action all the way through. So, again, another reason, I'm sure that's scouting on Jacob's side of things, does not want to be chasing at any point.
Line's close, copy. Line on, snow. Well then, line's good.
Jacob starting with hammer again because of the undefeated record through the round robin portion. Mouat 3-1 with that loss to John Schuster.
Get there. Wade's good.
And this is a reminder how important those last games are. You know, Jacobs knew they were qualified. They're 3-0. But also knowing if we do get on the run we want to, it's sure going to be important in the final. Hate to lose the hammer if we're 3-1 and the team we're playing is 4-0. And if we happen to run up against somebody that's 3-1, get that ever important last stone. And you know, it is an advantage if 2 teams are pretty even, which these teams are at least this week. The hammer gives you that edge. I don't know if it's 60-40 or what it is, but it's an edge.
Also the first team to have the hammer against Bruce Mouat in a Grand Slam final this year. So
well, there you go.
You gotta love that.
Hard 14-8. Come on, Brett.
That's because until this week, Bruce hadn't lost a game, had he?
Literally, not a game at a slam until John Schuster with the intern in-off. The Jen Jones, the shot.
Right?
Yeah, very similar.
Thinner, like the higher guard, but yeah, same idea.
Perfect start for both leads. Couldn't hand place those 4 any better.
Slow just not here. Okay. Wait, close. Take your hand to top 12. Agree. Close. So good man. Yep.
I would say all 8 of these guys are going to elevate their game in the final. I know Ben, playing with him for the 4 years and playing against him forever, he always played better the bigger the game got, and I think you're going to see that probably from all 8 guys here today as we start. Pretty much perfect.
13-9.
Pretty close to perfect for sure. There's not a lot to be that I would change about where any of those rocks were placed, so it's kind of a who blinks first situation here.
Most popular player in the Lang Jones household, Bob Lammy, makes his first.
Bob.
Cop seat.
Might be able to
just a little.
make this almost right on the nose and kill all the reds and get the fans fired up early.
Really close, yeah. Not sure if the rocks were more lively earlier today. Not the rocks, but the surface has been a little bit dead. Like, it doesn't fly quite like what we are used to seeing, but he can throw it hard enough to make that happen.
An awfully good result there from Brett Gallant, at least moving things around.
Or can try and hack in the nose if you want. If you can. It's tough. Thing in 11-5. Think so. Okay.
He's definitely there to kill them all. He hit that a little bit more on the center line side.
He's just light. You just need to throw about another 90 feet of weight.
Yeah, throw it.
It was only like a 6.
Right?
Try and close those
But early advantage, Team Jacobs. This is a tough shot in the first end for Bob, and needs to nail the weight. And if he kind of nails the weight and gets to the nose, it's not super easy to kill. Definitely not both.
Weight's good. Clean. Felt heavy.
We're playing control weight.
Long 11s. Clean.
Trying to hit as much of this yellow as they can.
Clean. Clean.
That's another one. They carve straight more than anybody, and I think clean would do for 98% of their shots.
That's a fair point.
We did joke about that too in the last game of theirs. We did, Brent, with calling clean on shots that you should never hear the word clean on. 20-foot angle runs where you got to hit a 1/4 inch and it's clean halfway down.
Just on one of those runs where, you know, the rock's sliding and somebody says it's got to stop, and you just know it will.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Brett trying to just hit and stay here. I would think that Grant will play that same shot that Bob just played and put a little pressure on.
Right to it, Mark. Keep going.
They gotta go to save this one.
Right to it. Good. 10-25. Shot.
On the nose, sitting 2 for Jacobs.
Yeah.
Chelsea, I think this is a fantastic start for Jacobs too. That you never want to be chasing anybody, but of all teams in the world, if you're chasing Bruce Mouat and chasing their stones, you're hooped. And really good job by them, and a huge shot by Gallant to set that up to get Bruce chasing them early in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you have the hammer, like you don't get that opportunity against Mouat very much, or at all this year, really, until right now. So you have to take advantage of that. You can't come out with the hammer against a team like Bruce Mouat and give them any sort of breath or hope of a steal or anything like that. So really good execution by Team Jacobs. Great shot by Brett Gallant. I'm with Brent. I thought that they might have played that little out-turn kind of chase on that, but going to exchange hits for a little bit here now.
A double, hopefully, but I guess not if he can get low. Can he get low there?
It's tough, just.
Okay, you got to roll. Yeah.
Yeah, so now just really trying not to, like, if you keep hitting this on the nose, they're going to have a double. So trying to roll away a little bit for Team Jacobs.
If you roll 1 inch, I don't think there is. One rock.
Roll one half rock, even you're good.
We should be good here now.
And I wonder if he rolls it out of the 8-foot. If then Bruce plays this other, I wonder if Bruce is waiting to a point that he can maybe lie 2 by playing that shot. I don't know.
Yep.
Might be. Got to try not to set up a double when you do it, though. That's probably the challenge. But
clean. Whoa. Clean. Yep. No.
Very right spot.
I like that one. Rolled the side of the 12-foot.
So we're pretty happy not to sit 2 there. So obviously not terribly worried about him doing this and not setting up a double.
The same as Bob.
11-5.
Yeah, what was Bob?
Is that heavy?
He spelled Bob.
11-2.
B-U-B.
Yeah.
Bub.
Similar to you.
Might just be BB.
Bob.
I almost feel like it has 2 B's at the end. There's a lot of B's in there.
He did call this right to the nose.
Try
to spill the back one out and stay like edge to edge.
Yeah, try and get the edge of this shooter under the guard so there is no double. Sounds pretty good. Is that hard enough to kill it? Is that hard enough to kill it?
Oh,
Hit 2? Not quite enough.
11-7.
So Jacob's still sitting second.
Or the run.
What do we like here?
Wanted to get a piece underneath.
Well, hit and roll to
but
sit 2 or the run.
not enough to push that rock out of the 8-foot.
They almost got too far underneath and didn't push it out of the
You
8-foot.
hit that right on the nose. I think we lay 3.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Brad's seeing the run double. It's close.
He's going here.
Does it ever jam on the side?
Hit and roll is a pretty good shot.
I think so too.
I mean, probably not. I think with the angle it's coming at, but
Most of the time it shouldn't.
yeah, it should go right between them.
I think it's board, though.
There's a good look on
Board's good. The only reason they didn't kill us are
the overhead
Yeah,
there.
that's a good angle.
Hit 2
Yeah, it
rocks.
should go underneath
11
it.
and 5 is still the right weight here.
If you're jamming it on it, you're probably not getting it over anyway, so not a big concern.
I think I like the run back. I think this one, not easy. I guess you could roll under, but a nose is going to leave a double, which might leave a double back.
As long as you make noise on the run back, though, it's hard for him to draw to a place where you don't have a double as well. So I'm with you. I sort of like that.
How many doubles are going to be made in this game? Over under of like 31?
Yeah, I think at least, yeah. I'm taking the over on that.
Let's set a spread from both teams then, too.
2 and end for sure. Like 15 and a half is the number. That's perfect.
Beauty. Pretty good.
That'll do. Great shot by Kennedy. High-level stuff. early in this game, as we expected to see from these two teams.
But here comes ultra aggressive Bruce. Well, if I just draw one right to this inch right here.
What else do you do, though? Like, you almost have to.
Yeah, they, as you said, Chelsea, they
hit the
rolled
back
a little
one.
too much.
You
on
could
that
hit the
tap.
back one, yeah.
Slide first or slide second and third.
Thick half.
But you could, like, because of the hook, like the stagger on those two top ones, you don't even have to be perfectly frozen to it. It's probably pretty good, but it's scary to throw.
Freeze this one. You only lose 2. Yeah. What are you liking?
Yeah, I'm just slightly worried with this if he ever chases the top one and goes into it, but it's not easy.
Yeah. Thing in here?
Don't mind it.
Straight draw. Here we go.
You can't hit and roll
No
like back
fear
line
from
sit
Bruce
short,
Mouat.
can you, off the back one? Probably just. It doesn't look
Brent,
like
what
it at all.
percentage of teams do you think would be playing the freeze on the back in this situation, or hack weight to try to make sure it's no more than 2?
How many teams in the world? Let's say there's 100, so 1%. You're looking at them.
This is it. Yep.
Like you said, though, Chelsea, there's not a lot of great options. I think most teams hit the back one here, maybe hope that there's a nose and you can hit and roll under on your last and think, you know what, they got us here. We're going to give up 2, but we're not going to give up 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think that's the choice. Like, if you hit the back one, you're probably always giving up 2. Not always, but most of the time you're giving up 2. So how uncomfortable are you with giving up 2? Is it worth the risk to potentially force when you might give up more than 2?
Whoa. Please. Close. Back eight, Grant. Line only. Whoa. Close. All there. Whoa. Do you need this? Probably, yep. Hard, honey, hard. Gotta go. Hard.
This
Hard.
is
That's curling
overcurling
a
for the
lot.
backing. Does it push it out of...
Stays for second, so kind of does the job in some ways.
It looks like they're second and third,
I think you're
too.
going here because he smashes the double. He's got to make
It's
it
a
good,
rare
and you got this bump.
error, though, from the sweepers and sort of a lack of communication. Like, they didn't say they needed it until quite late in the shot. Brent Hardy, one of the better line callers in the game, in my opinion, and so a little bit of a miscue there, but it sort of does do the job, except for I think you're still giving up 2 now.
Yeah, so I think it's real close to that 14.
That spot's
Who
probably
is-
half the 4, guys.
What would that be? Who's third shot? Tyler, you think it's
Same way you're
I
throwing
think
in
that top
practice.
top
red
red?
stone that's biting the 8 foot is third, I think.
It's close, but
If it is, this is going to be a force a lot of the times because Brad's going to make this draw and then Bruce is going to hit what he can see of the yellow and double, and there won't, I guess Cups could just say, you know what? We didn't come to finish second place and make the run double for 3. Needs this one to be above the tee line. Piece buried.
You got room. You can
Top
let it
four,
work.
it's good.
Jacob's on a
Yep.
tear these last few games, making virtually everything.
Good, you have no rub.
Brad getting on board with this one. We got the flap going on.
Uh-oh.
Back one.
Okay,
back
get
one.
to it then. Get to
Yeah,
it.
it's heavy here, so this is a freebie for Bruce.
Get to it. Get to it. Get to it.
Okay, Brad.
Okay. Good sweep, guys.
That's what we saw in the ladies' game. The miss was that. Like, Bruce was a little bit heavier than they thought. The sweepers kind of fooled, and they were calling like T-line a little heavy, but not back 8 heavy. And
Maybe a hair straighter and therefore a hair faster.
be careful here, though.
In hindsight,
Yeah.
You come down and bump this at all, Brad might look at that in off the side yellow for 3.
Yeah, he can come off that for sure.
We might have had sure.
So you want to stay center line side and not bump it too far, but you can't roll off because you know what's easier than an in-off for 3? Just a nose hit.
It's a true story. You also don't really want to be high because then you might leave him a sort of backline hack waiter for 3 as well. So
Sounds like 3 for Brad.
it's looking a little 3-ish at this moment, I think.
Sure. Yeah. Take 4 flight feel. Yeah.
So really big pressure in the first end. Bruce's last here. Got Coach Webster up walking around pacing.
Webby's nervous.
Sit down, Webby. Take a deep breath.
Mouat playing the intern freeze, his last stone of the first end.
They think this is light.
Yeah, that's a heavy plow going on right there.
You're going to be all right.
It's perfect. It's just a line call now.
Want to stay on the high side a little bit too. That's perfect. You almost feel like if you're a Seinfeld fan, you're seeing the Keith Hernandez episode.
Yes.
Bruce is in I'm Keith Hernandez mode right now. Just, I know exactly who I am.
Yeah.
He's probably thinking, I'm Bruce Mouat. I'm playing the draw.
If he's not thinking that, he probably should be, because that could have gone wrong in a million ways, as we outlined, and he made it, I think, absolutely perfect.
Yeah, there's no way to get that red one out. There's not even a trick shot to get it out.
No. So it turns into a force here pretty quick.
Brad's got to make sure he makes this force. As we know, this is a fast spot, so...
I heard them saying 14, which I'm a little surprised by. I thought it might be a bit faster than that based on what we've seen, but...
It's Jacob's final stone first end.
Okay, you got room.
It's full
Becky.
4-foot.
Go then.
Going for his 1.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's
Back
good. Line's good. Put it on the tee. Go ahead.
Should be on the back by now anyway, so unless this is light...
Needs to go a little bit.
Gotta get it by.
Then he won't let this one stop. He'll be full blotch fired up today.
Right to the lid. The heavyweight battle we expected to see. Jacobs takes the single in the first, leads 1-0 after 1.
There's a place where the world's best curling not only lives, it rocks. Download the new Grand Slam of Curling app and live stream all the action. Get exclusive content, stats, merch, and more. Let's rock.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts. It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits. Seizing victory.
when victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
So there's just some things in there to make your viewing experience more fun. On behalf of our friends at Hearing Life, congratulations, thank you for spending the time with us.
As we expected, both teams trading blows early in the first. Back and forth, Jacobs with the hammer, final stone for one, but Chelsea, that was what we were hoping for and what, of course, we expected from these two teams right now, but not much of a blink either way. Shot making left and right, and we get 8 ends of this. It's going to be a fun night.
Absolutely. I think the only even partial miss we saw there was Brad Jacobs going deep on his first shot there and giving Bruce Mouat the opportunity, but the opportunity came with a lot of risk because if he didn't make that exactly perfect, there was multiple options for Team Jacobs to score 3. So huge shot by Bruce Mouat in the first end, and I would suggest if I had to pick, momentum Mouat.
Yeah, I think Jacobs feels good about making that last one too and how they're playing.
Agreed.
Brad had that little half miss, and Bruce's draw that he threw over curled too on the
His first one, yeah, you're right.
So it was a little bit of a blip for both teams, but no fear on either side, and that's the fun thing to watch when it's a team, a game.
All you, Grant.
This caliber.
already.
Yeah, super fun for us, and we did, you know, that was also the case in the women's final where the misses early in the game were heavy and wide because the ice is maybe a touch straighter, which is pretty normal in a final, but I would suggest that we saw that same thing from both skips there, but both recovered really well and made perfect second shots. So here we are in a tight battle.
All there.
Wait close.
Center guard and corner guard. No messing around this end for Mouat going to the corner.
Just gotta stop. Whoa.
Wait's good. Wait's good too.
Yep.
Yeah, hammer back and even end for Bruce Mouat. Well, you want to score here. So if you end up being forced, you don't love that, but you're going pretty hard for a 2, and if you end up being forced to 1, it's not the end of the world.
With Bruce's last one, 46, so 45, 15 going too close.
Two centers up.
Line's good. Top
For
8.
Jacobs.
Top 4. Line's okay.
Really pressing the action to the center.
Top 4. Whoa. Line's right. Line's good. Leave it room.
Wait's good. Top 8.
Curl.
Fighting 4.
Clean now. Clean now.
Where are you?
Go for weight if you need
Fighting
to.
4. Wait's good.
Okay. Line's good now.
Another good one from Junior right to the top of the 8-foot.
14-5.
Crowd likes it.
I don't think he's allowed to change his hair if they continue to win slams. I mean,
It's true.
That's mojo. I don't think he wanted to anyways, though. I think he's keeping it.
I think he's keeping it too. Well, didn't it win him whiff of the week the first first event, so he's made a little money off it.
Grant following Miami Junior's in-turn draw around one of his own. Corner freeze.
Yep, boy, Brett. Nice. Very nice. Good throw.
Margin for either team right now.
Just keep here for now.
Just shot making left and right.
Half a stone. Okay, on the nose. Yeah, that's good. Like freeze weight at it, pretty much.
We see that freeze made so often now, Chelsea. I don't think that's supposed to be that easy.
It's not as easy as they make it look, that's for sure.
Lamy following once again.
T-line. Well then. Line's good though.
Top T.
Line's good.
Top T.
T-line. Clean. Curl. Top 4. Curl. Top 4. Curl. Curls. All the way. All the way to it. All the way to it. All the way to it.
Go. Shot, Bob.
He separates him a little bit too. Another good one from Bob.
Good sweep there from Grant Hardy. He gets more credit for that, I think, than Bob does in a lot of ways, because that was looking a bit heavy and a little bit wide, and he got it to walk over there. So pretty good. Would have liked that to curl a tiny bit more if you were going to nitpick, but really good result.
A couple feet extra, guys, not much. Sounds good. Yeah, agreed. Back 4. A little more boost.
Trying to follow again.
T-line. Line's good. Just T-line. Line's good.
16 more. Let's see if they can freeze him all the way up to the
Go
hot.
ahead.
It'd be close, yeah. And I would like their chances of doing it. They haven't missed one yet.
Top 4. Hard. Hard, Mark. Hard, boy. Come on. Oh, you're on it.
Oh, I jinxed him.
Good throw, Brett.
I was like,
Like rolling wide for now.
He wore the path down a little bit, got a little quicker. I all seemed a little surprised by how that ran.
His nose any good?
Yeah, a couple of really hard sweeps the whole way down in a row sometimes. Also will straighten, make the path a little bit faster and a little bit straighter, and it seems like that's maybe what happened there, because they weren't worried about that early for weight.
And the yellow's just sitting there. This yellow should be. Problem is they could spin up as well, but then the 7 and the 1 are pretty much in line.
Okay.
Don't mind nose. Okay.
Let's.
I think so.
Is this not going to?
10-5.
Maybe an inch inside. He's not got a ton of room to hit. No, I just be able to blast the high side and lose all the red. So.
Yeah.
Do you like the nose here, Ty? I'm a little surprised they're not rolling away.
10-5.
They talked about it though, so I'm sure the logic is sound.
I don't see a lot of angle to do much with it for Jacobs if they're nose.
Like easy.
Trust Bruce.
Clean.
Well, you can rip it into the other 2 and kill 2 reds, but then you still leave a red frozen through the yellow. So.
Straight.
Job, Bob.
A good one from Lamy.
Grip the double and.
Just wondering if you're like.
Yeah, do all 3. I think all 3 of those might go.
Hitting half a rock with peel. Yeah. Do that.
Yeah, they didn't want a corner.
No, it rolled to a little hooked, like if they hit it right on the nose. But again, they weren't worried about the line, so I'm a little surprised.
Olympic gold medalist Mark Kennedy. Get rid of 3 reds. I think they all go with half a rock.
Get it. Good shot,
Great shot.
Loses 2. Keeps a good angle, good spot. Red is accessible now on the outturn side, which would be Kennedy's in turn.
Back line.
It's very hard.
Okay.
Probably is there, though, to be fair. It's probably right.
I think.
Push it back 8.
Have to squeak by, like. Yeah. Do you almost just try and throw it as a tick? And get the shooter in.
Well, if you play try and roll in off this.
Well, and you kind of get either or.
Okay, I'm just worried that if we just get past, we might just leave them here.
Well, that's why we play tight. Like. That's why I play just through. Just almost call and play a tick.
Okay.
Oh, one you commit to.
Back line.
I think it's better. I don't think chase to get the
Can you ever play here more than back line, do we?
You could maybe play that.
Okay, give that a go. If you end up here, it's okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, true.
T-weight? Yeah.
You could just freeze them. Huh? Okay. Have we got to bump out a wee bit?
Yeah. 14?
Yeah, go 14s.
Yeah, 14's good.
I'd love to get inside nose here on this Chelsea if they can.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room there, but if you ever could get just a half-inch past the nose on the center line side, you'd be really happy.
Back 4. Clean. Cut. Clean. Cut. Metal heavy, Bruce.
Even if the corner throws the yellow, I don't think it's that bad.
Back 4. Cut. Tina.
Yeah, over-curling definitely preferable. This has got a lot of weight, so they definitely need to get across, which looks like it should.
Shotgun.
Actually, they actually overcarved that a little bit.
Could have been a mistake there.
Yeah, Hammy sweeping to curl that most of the way. I mean, it's pretty buried, but if that got by the top yellow, it would have been a better result, I think.
And missed the red, but I don't think they rolled to a very good spot. How much do you have of that, Mark?
I got a third of it.
We never hack it on the nose, eh?
I'm wondering if the best call might be some sort of draw in here.
I'm wondering if you can get there the other way.
Yeah. That's probably the play, isn't it?
Well,
there's nothing to hit. I think making a hit here makes that easier.
Yeah, I think this is an easier shot.
I think we're drawing in here, boys.
Yeah, I think with the outturn, though, Cubsy, I like your first one.
The guys think the outturn's easier.
Just an easier shot. Yeah, whatever turn you like. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
What makes it easier?
How's that look?
Well, if we end up 1 inch in front of the yellow,
it's not bad.
Pretty good.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they explained that perfectly. I like this turn better too, and I think it's because it gives you more margin for error, more options that are good. If you play it with the other turn, which would be Mark's in turn, if it's good, it's better. But if it's not good, it's a lot worse. So this one gives you some more room for error. If you're a little bit short, it's okay. If you overcurl it a little bit, it's okay.
Clean.
Top 4.
Outturn come around from Kennedy.
Right now. T-line. Curl.
Got a ways to go to curl.
Clean. Curl.
Curl.
Copy. Curl.
Top 4.
Clean. Curl. Curl. Knife.
Hard knife.
Knife.
Hard
knife.
Cross this if they can a
We
little
got a real
bit.
good one here. Great shot,
Pretty
Mark.
good.
Not too bad. And shot rock as well.
Good try, guys. Good try. Couple feet heavy.
Yeah.
More or less.
Curl an inch more. Can you hit?
I can hit. 2/3.
Do you ever want to play
curl a tiny bit
down
more.
weight? Do you want to just make sure it goes? It's nice to get the double.
Did go from curl to knife late in there, trying to get it to finish that little bit extra, but still not quite enough for them to be happy.
Hair thicker.
And they think they can get both of these to go as that top yellow, once it hits the second one, could go right between the two reds.
Yeah, I do think it does. It's just a matter of getting to enough. You probably have to hit pretty much everything you can see. Not throwing a lot of weight at this, though, so it might get a little finish past the guard, which would help.
Just up normal. Grant Hardy.
Clean. Curl. Clean.
Curl. Curl. Curl, 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 curl.
Will do.
Very nice. It made that look a lot easier than it was.
Yeah, and appears to sit 3 for fun, too.
Looks like 3, yeah.
Just pieces that between the two reds. Got to kick off the back one.
Good.
Yeah, if that curled a little bit more, he wouldn't have touched that, but I don't actually think it matters all that much.
I think it's the same
Just
speed
a little
as-
less.
Yep. Speed's good here.
Other than, I guess, it leaves
It does leave the
Jacobs a freeze, so if he
better
didn't
freeze
touch it, it would have been better, but big pressure here on Brad Jacobs.
Okay.
Throw T-line, Cupsy.
Made an intern draw right to the button
T-line.
in the first end for his single.
Yeah, T-line's
Similar
close
shot.
if you got the right line.
Yeah.
Back button.
Yeah, speed's good here, Brad.
Yeah.
Like that 14-6.
Yep, you bet.
14-7 maybe?
Yep.
14-6, 14-7. That's nice, fast ice.
Considerably different atmosphere in here than what we've felt the rest of the week with
Oh, very good.
T-line's good.
I like it.
crowd a lot more subdued.
Line's a little tight, but it's good.
Wait's there.
Okay,
The hometown
Just clean.
hero
Line's
isn't
good.
playing, so that usually changes a little bit, but here they go.
Line's good.
Amazing crowd here all week, been very supportive of all the teams. Obviously, they love their Brad Gajou, but they've been incredible. They're cheering for everybody. They're cheering for good shots. What a great shot.
Brad Jacobs makes no mistake once again. Chelsea, these are the shots you have to make if you have any hope of
right now. Does it look like that to you? Does it feel
beating
like
this
that?
Mouat team right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
What if your max set on that?
Like there's a
I
bump
think the reason I'm in,
on that red.
like on that
Need to
one, I'm just
unlock
kicking a
the
little
yellow.
harder than I want.
Good sweet, bud.
Yeah. Good conversation.
Oh, boy.
Well, that's
Pretty
pretty
good.
incredible,
Oh, yeah,
too,
real
because I would suggest that that red is fully buried from the hack.
I felt like the surface feels for sliding.
For speed.
It's like slides.
I think that's why we're still getting reactions from them like they're right. But because our kicks are so slow. Feels similar to last night. It's nice.
Really good conversation there between Brad Jacobs and Mark Kennedy about the feel of the surface. So you can talk about speed between the hog lines, 14-6, 14-7, all you want, but what does it feel like underfoot? And that's what they're talking about. It feels fast to them, so they feel like they're kicking a little bit slower out of the hack to get the same reaction, even with the same time as what they were getting earlier in the week.
Like a hair lash?
That's good. I think that's close. Have to get close to the guard, I think. So.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Almost hit 7/8, maybe a hair thicker.
So normal 12 is perfect. Okay. Yeah, normal 12.
Or 12 to call. So this would be right around hack weight from
Wait, straight. Low
Bruce
12.
Mouat.
Play size. Low 12.
Gotta go.
Hard. 12-5. Hard.
Sweepers on this one early.
Right.
Miami can hold it.
12-5 would suggest is on the light side of this, if anything. He's not going to get it by that top guard.
And that was tight right out of hand as heard Hardy call that immediately.
Yeah, a little tight and a little light, and if Bobby Lammy can't get it by for you, you were probably pretty tight. One of the best sweepers in the game.
Just wish he'd try a little harder.
Oh yeah, no effort. No effort going into
There's
that
got to
one.
be some kind of muscle that he's not using in that frame. I don't know where it is.
Yeah, I don't know where it is either.
3.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Okay.
Well, the only problem with the roll is you're clicking this 4.
Well, if you make the roll, you're 2 buried. That's pretty good.
Well, but let's say you roll here, and you click this.
Yeah.
Double for 3.
Yeah.
I don't really love.
You don't like what?
I don't know if I love that hit.
Okay. Then do we like the draw?
Where do you put it?
Well, I think you put it on the same sort of angle as these.
Sure. Guys,
You don't think he just goes tick bang?
where are you here?
Well, that might be easier, Mark.
Yeah.
Top side, back side.
Yeah, that's smart by Kennedy. It's
Yeah, I
on
like
that
that, right there.
Yellowstone. It's
Okay,
easier to get both of them
I
moving,
don't want
but
to
if
take
it's
much
short
more
of it,
time.
Right there.
it makes that little run
spot to
in
get to.
way tougher to
It's nice
move
to go
both
on the
stones
exact
out
same
of
path
count.
we just did, but
Well, hey, if you just Mark, if you just bite if you
That's
just
not
go
a bad
half the
spot
4 foot,
either.
biting the line's pretty good too.
okay. So
Yeah.
Like biting the line, Cupsy.
Hey, if we end up here, are we all
Guys,
that?
just hear me out. If you freeze this right now and he blasts that, it's for 2, right?
Yeah.
Then I like that.
Let's make it somewhere in there.
So,
Pray to the
Cupsy, I think
gods.
I'm trying to put you here.
Yeah, Mark, give me edge of 8. Give me 2 to 3 more inches of ice.
So
Same
saying
way,
that
Brad.
if they make this freeze
Same way, buddy.
and Mouat plays that short run in and makes it, it's only for 2, as they're going to have to lose their own back
I'm
red.
going to try to give you the same speed.
Yeah. Sure.
And that back yellow one is out counting
Weld it right on there.
Okay.
side red.
Yeah, and if you ever missed it, you might steal one or two. So I don't think he's going to miss it bad enough to give you two, but you might get one out of it. So well thought out, I think here. But I'm with you that if you put it if you freeze right to it, the chances of getting both yellows moving is better than if you're a little bit short of it. But risk reward because that back red always goes. So then it would only be for two.
Right beside it. Yep. Where you wanted it. Cut a little deeper.
Sneaky.
Good job.
Sneaky is a good word.
That
yeah.
is sneaky. That yellow one is going nowhere.
I actually think that's
now.
perfect. I don't think you could have made a better shot than that. It wasn't what they called, but it worked out even better.
That is dead perfect. What a great call by Kennedy in the house. Place that stone there. Could not be a better spot.
No, that's a guaranteed force at best. Bruce Mouat's got to draw the pin to make it, but he's got all of their backing.
Yeah, and you might say, well, it went behind the tee line. Now they have a draw for one, but there is no other shot for multiple points.
They're fine to give him one.
And they have no problem giving that.
Yeah.
I think they expected Bruce to make that shot for two, even if Brad made that freeze.
100%. So they're just trying not to give him two or three. So they're real happy with him drawing for one here.
Mouat's final stone. Second end. Draw to the button. Has some backing.
Easy then. Go to the back line. Easy line. Back line. Line's good. Right good.
Back line, the calls. They're playing for the back and right out of hand.
Back four now. Close.
Coming down one. I heard back four.
Curl top.
Line looks just fine.
I like that.
Good throw. Nice, Bruce.
Well done by Bruce. So both skips with one right to the lid on their last in the first two ends. Mouat makes it a 1-1 game after two ends.
That's a good end, guys. Sorry.
When it comes to the game we love, I think right here is all the difference.
Gold lines new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared. I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Skip singles. Each of the first two ends. Jacobs in the first, Mouat in the second. 1-1. On to the third end. Now Jacobs with hammer once again. Tyler George here with two-time Scotties champion Chelsea Carey. And somewhere in the building, three-time world champion Brent Lang. He's in rover mode. Interviewing people, getting material for post-game, I'm sure.
Obviously.
Brent just tireless.
Top 8, top 4. I had a hair light. You got room, line straight, just play the weight. Marks only, marks only. This one has to curl, Mark. We got room, but that's
Don't
okay.
think we've seen
14-8.
even a half a blink from either lead so far.
No. They're
not ending right now.
100% is not a high enough score, I don't think.
Yeah, right on the top of the forefoot.
To get a little full on those. I don't like that shot call.
Too much.
Get the nose.
You know what? There's a fraction over there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Watch.
Chelsea, we'd seen throughout the course of the week and in earlier slams this season, Team Jacobs going to the wing, as we talked about earlier. Starting ends off with hammer when the opponent goes to a center guard, just trying to keep the action open, out-execute. But I think this is by design. Well, obviously, if they're playing it, it's by design. But the game plan going in, Jacobs, again, not letting Mouat dictate the action going in so they don't have to chase, because I think almost any other team, you're expecting them to trade hits and wait for half miss to go to the middle. And Mouat's going to draw. And Brad knows that. He's not going to give that 4 foot away to start the end, so he's the one chasing.
Well, and I think he's going to throw a second center a lot of the time, and I think that's, I would be less afraid of the draw. If they draw and you've got a winger, then you throw the freeze and you're in pretty good shape for, multiple point score.
Yeah.
If he throws a second guard, it's just so scary, because then you better make the draw really well on your first one, on your second lead rock.
My point was he's going to play to the center and draw like crazy.
Yeah,
under whatever he throws up, but he is going to go to the second center.
It's a second center, I think, is the thing that scares you. For me, it would be like, I like the winger if I think they're going to go around. I don't like it if I think they're going to throw 2 guards.
Another good one from Hebert. Right to the top of the 8 foot. He is on his game and has been great this entire playoff round.
Don't let him hear you. His head doesn't need to get a lot bigger, but we love you, Benny.
Well, Benny's been great.
Good shot. We're hitting this one. We can also run the guard into that one.
I believe Langer referred to it when we had the quarterfinal game against Gushu as Benny's clicking his heels out there right now.
That's a great way to put it. Slight mistake there by Bobby Lammy with the rollout. Wanted to stick that. Didn't really matter where he stuck it. Just wanted to stick it in the ring somewhere.
With like easier board. Those are your 2 shots. That's not bad.
Guys, we could roll in, I think. No.
But board weight is just hold it anywhere over there. It's good.
I like this. Okay.
Go, boys.
Top 12.
Well,
same ice as Ben there.
You like this, Ty?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you're going to be sitting second and third, but you're really trying to set up, number one, anything that keeps Bruce from being able to attack this shot. If made, Bruce may go right around him again.
He might.
But Brad is looking to put a couple stones in a spot where maybe later in the end he can make something really good to make those second, third, fourth counters count.
Yeah, I think I like it too. It's an aggressive call, but it's a really good payoff if you made it. Unfortunately, a little heavy there from Brett. Not a terrible result, though. It's not a lot of good stuff you can do with that rock.
We heard the sweepers after Hebert's first, going back down the sheet, Gallant and Kennedy talking about they're a little uncomfortable with how each draw is a little wide, little heavy, that they're having to turn them, and it's been a consistent thing. And that kind of plays into what we talked about with what we expect for the ice conditions, being a little bit straighter, a little faster. So we'll see if the ice maintains throughout the game, which, again, far more likely it's going to with only 1 game going out there.
Absolutely. And the other thing about straighter, faster ice is that it's usually not as conducive to the carve. So when you see people carving stuff and really getting it to move, usually that's slower, frostier ice that lends itself to the effectiveness of the carve, and this is not effective carve ice right now probably compared to what they've seen the rest of the week. So the last thing then you want to do is be wide or heavy, because the carve's not going to work quite as well as it maybe had, 2-3 days ago.
Sure.
Make it.
Gallant playing the peel, looking to maybe get the bonus on the rock on the side of the 12-foot. There it is.
Great shot. You're good.
So good from Gallant there. That's awfully thin to make that shot.
Good Benny.
And third end here, Chelsea, you're not thinking odd end, even end as of yet. You're really just thinking we don't have a great setup for anything to the edges, so let's just play 0 or 2 straight out.
Yeah, I think so. I wouldn't say you're not thinking it at all. It's not critical time yet for odd and even, but with the hammer, you're never really that sad to blank an odd end. So
yeah, you're not playing for it out, but if it presents itself, you're going to be more apt to doing it in the third than you would the second or the fourth.
Yeah, I think you'd see the strategy go different in the fourth end.
Easy, Tommy.
Back 4.
Close.
Clean. Back 4.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard.
T.
Yes.
Yep.
T.
Back.
Yes.
Yep. Back 4.
Hard. 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 You gotta go.
Already trying to separate these a little bit.
Okay, it's not bad. I got
That's the red to the open.
13-2.
It's an interesting call there.
13-2.
Jacobs can sit 2 with a hit.
Spot where, wow, it might just jam.
They could have easily blasted there too and just hit out with Jacobs.
Yeah, it seemed like a attempt at a force play to me, but I'm not sure. Well, you got to roll this to a good spot. Is I guess what they were thinking. It's hard to roll it somewhere where you can't. So you're probably going to see a little short run from Team Mouat at some point that red onto the yellow and roll in front of the one that Mark is about to throw here, right? So
I think they want to cross this and try to roll all the way wide side, catching it low.
Oh, they got to go on this. It's close.
Yep. Pretty good.
We're dead behind it.
Yeah, I thought they were trying to roll it the other side too.
I think they both go, it looks, where that rock rolled to.
Yeah, I think a little less or a little more, but I think they ended up kind of right in the middle where I think these fly.
Pretty much a hair low here.
Yep.
Nose good.
Let's go for that.
Nose is close, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Easy peel.
Yep.
I got look at that.
Yeah, should just make it from peel.
Want to throw hair lefts or do you like that?
No, I like peel.
Already throwing peel. Pretty big spot on this stone they can hit to lose both yellow.
Yeah, definitely.
I expect this to be a problem for Grant. Oh, the shooter bite. Or, sorry, the raise round bite. And that's off, so Jacobs will be looking to blank this end now.
I think you're ripping it just in case.
You bet.
I think we're headed to blank spell here unless something unforeseen transpires.
Now you heard we're ripping it just in case, and that just in case is referring
They
to...
come around it.
Yeah, Bruce, we would not put it past him to have his first underneath the fighter.
No real benefit to sticking it here either for Team Jacobs, so this is a smart call, but that's a heads-up call because you automatically default to you make the hit and stick. And most teams wouldn't draw around it, but Bruce Mouat might. So really smart there, I think, from Brad and Mark.
Go just behind it for now. Like.
So both teams likely playing this out at least for a blank attempt at the end. And so let's talk a little bit about for the way Team Mouat is playing right now, the way Team Homan is playing right now. Rarely do we see with the fields this strong a clear-cut number one. We have that on both sides. Nobody would question who the number one ranked team in the world is. You don't have to look at the points to know. What do you do as an opponent? Even looking at yourself as an elite team. Brad Jacobs obviously thinks he's one of the top teams in the world, and anybody would say that. And probably number 2 right now with how they're playing. But playing against a team like Mouat, taking the ice, how does your approach change, or should it, when you're playing against a team that's playing that well?
It's a good point. For me, and I think this is very personal, I think that some players get fired up by playing the best team in the world and wanting to prove a point, and maybe that helps you mentally. For me, my approach when I play teams like that has always been, my dad always called it paper bag theory. They're people that are throwing rocks and they're going to make a lot of shots, and you just sort of know that, and you park who it is, because it's easy to get. Then when they make really good shots against you, you start to feel deflated really quickly, and it feels like it's spiraling because you've watched them win so much. And winning breeds winning. So, teams that win as much as those two teams have won, not that they're not playing great, they obviously are, but they're also getting some breaks along the way. We saw Bungie Kim roll out against Rachel Holman yesterday, steal a 2. Like, that kind of stuff is also going your way. It's just one of those momentum things. So I think, for me, the approach is just to make as many shots as you can and focus completely on yourselves and your shots, and and basically put blinders on when they throw, because they're probably going to make everything. So I just assume they're going to make everything, and then I'm going to have to make a draw to the button or whatever it is. For me, has always been the most effective strategy, but it's I think pretty personal, dependent on the team and the player.
Mouat playing the out-turn draw, just picking a spot that he feels makes the blank most difficult for Jacobs. There really isn't a great one, but interesting. Back to the same spot they just did. Now, usually in this situation, you see a team switch sides up, make the opposing skip play 2 different shots. So maybe that says something about what they want Brad throwing. You know, he did roll out on the last one. They were trying to roll the opposite side 8-foot. But there must be some reason that they're playing to that specific spot.
Well, I think the jam. So you make him throw the inside out turn instead of the outside in turn. I know, I'm with you, and I do think your tendency is to want to switch it, but the only reason I can think of for them not to is because then he has to throw this turn, which is a little bit further of a roll.
Clean.
You're splitting hairs here, trying to get a miss out of Brad Jacobs, right?
No problem there. Jacobs makes the blank attempt. We will move on to the fourth end. Jacobs retains hammer, tied 1-1.
So to our knowledge, we're the first and currently only queer sport organization in the province, which is something that has been really important to us and that we're trying to drive in other areas of sport as well.
Curling is a very low barrier, very inclusive sport to begin with, and it meshes very well with the Pride community. It's a very open, welcoming sport.
The REMAC Center and the broader curling community of St. John's has been phenomenal. We have felt 100% welcomed. There's never been any feeling of judgment. I just hope that this is around for many years to come.
We are at the Mary Brown Center, St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada, one last time. Coyote National, third Grand Slam of the season. Men's final, Bruce Mouat taking on Brad Jacobs. Tyler George here with Chelsea Carey. Chelsea, we talked a little bit in the break about, again, the rock placement from Mouat there. And, we're looking for very small things when we're trading hits for a blank, but the question was, they put it on the exact same spot, and obviously it's to make them play the out turn roll out a long way, but you could place it closer to that stone that's just off the paint on the left side, so it's an even longer roll to go out, but they chose to play the exact same spot again. So, you said it's probably something with that track in particular. You're always throwing it to that side, that depth, so that the short roll out for the blank would have played in the jam. But they did choose the exact same spot twice in a row.
Yeah, so you wonder, and who knows? When we played on the sheet, we didn't see a lot of weird stuff, a lot of runs or anything like that. But you do wonder why they could have changed up, which you always want to change up the placement a little bit. You're probably not going to get a miss out of Brad Jacobs on a blank attempt, but why wouldn't you try to do something slightly different? So if they had gone a little bit closer to it, it would have had to bring it a little bit deeper, but that is not an issue. So you do wonder if they maybe thought there was something in that spot.
Two more perfect stones to start this end off from Junior. And Ben Hebert.
Nice. Got a kick, carve, Bob.
Weight's not far away.
Okay. Carve.
Mouat really pressing the action center of the sheet again now, going to a
Line's
second center guard.
Line's good.
Carve.
Line's really good.
Keep carving. Keep carving. Keep going. Good.
Nice one.
Huh?
Good pair from Junior.
Here, Ben.
Okay. This is where we had that. Guys, just nibbling 4, half the 4.
Yeah. 14-6.
14-7 here.
So normally you wouldn't see them. You heard Hammy saying carve, carve, carve. You wouldn't see them try not to line those two rocks up perfectly, but because they're trying to block the corner guard path when they do that. So the double center is both what feels like a really offensive call, but it's actually also a defensive call against the corner guard. Because when you offset them like that, not only do you bring play to the middle because there's two center guards, but you also bring play to the middle because they can't use their corner. There's no in-turn draw around that corner guard now. So it's a brilliant strategy that I think it actually is underused, honestly. But really smart there, and good line call by Junior to get it over there.
And this is something we've really harped on throughout the Grand Slams this season, that it's the little things that you do, not just double centers. It's double centers, but we're going to cross the center line a little bit to cut that drop path off. Or double peel to clear, but we're rolling to a corner so that we have double stacks on this side and we can go around. It's making 2-3 shots at the same time in order to try to continue to dictate the action, as opposed to we need to get out of trouble, so we're going to run. Well, yeah, we do need to run, but we can still make this double peel and roll for a corner. The shots that they're making with what they're accomplishing with one throw is really remarkable. We saw Grant Hardy make one of those on Mike McEwen in the semifinals. That was a
Do you ever play the double peel or not?
a peel, roll into the house, into your own stone, into their counter. So you made a peel and a run back at the same time on two completely different stones that were 15 feet apart. Need the telestrator again.
Yeah.
Now we're waxing poetic about crazy shots, but
Yeah, but the level of precision, though, to your point. So it's not just, we used to just look at it as if you make a double peel, it's a great shot. But now there's more to it than that. There's, you know, these guys are mad if they don't perfectly stuff the triple run. Like, it's just.
There's the double peel and sticks around kind of for a corner.
Kind of
again,
for a corner, yeah.
Usable at least.
He'll be mad that he didn't hit the trigger.
Yep, too thin. That's a 2 out of 4.
He just saw his face, too.
Yeah.
Shrugged his shoulders, not terribly happy.
Yeah.
But that is the level of precision that the game has come to. It's incredible.
Our colleague, Brent Lang, I think, put it best, watching Team Mouat make those shots. Said, what world is this?
Yeah.
Where are we right now? What's going on?
Absolutely.
And all three of us agreeing as we've done 100 times. I'm glad we're retired, not out there anymore.
Yeah, that's a mistake I'm making. I'm still trying to beat them.
Trying to hold this one to get by the center for Lammy. Trying to go all the way to that corner now. Pretty good one from Bupp.
My first thought was this.
Great scrub to
like
get that
that
one
too,
by
Brad.
again.
So, think you want to be here, back line weight,
I'm not really sure why right to it, though.
back line weight.
Like, wouldn't a rock higher be better than that?
Yeah, I think with the angles, they were thinking the run double was probably easier if it stops a little higher because they're staggered.
Which is true, yeah.
I like that, Brett.
Now they're dead straight on each other, so the run double, if you're going to get both of those moving,
You're not going to stick the run round.
you're not sticking it right.
Weight's good. Weight's
The small things.
Yeah.
Tiny little things.
I love this call, too. This is a little bit out of the box. It's essentially a split. And in a perfect world, your shooter ends up buried behind those corner guards, although I don't think this has enough weight to do what they're hoping it was going to do.
Over curling a little bit and soft.
Yeah, just a little light. Gotta throw it harder. There you go.
We'll tell the shooter. Tell Brett so he knows.
Yeah.
Brett, you got to throw that harder. See what you get for a reaction.
Is it better to just roll like
10-5?
Yeah, edge on edge. Or even less? Yeah. I like it quite line. I think if you get there, he's got the run triple. Yeah. If you want to roll half a stone, he doesn't have a triple. Just an option. Right. Would you rather,
Team 10-5.
would you rather just roll half a stone?
He
We'll
makes
put it
double.
here.
Yeah.
We hit and roll.
Okay.
Okay, so that's fine. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Colt.
Yeah, keep the pressure on.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, wait.
10-5.
And 5 would be, you call that control or
Yeah.
easy or something like that. It's a nice
Okay.
mid-weight.
Yeah. Low
But you can play around with the line a little bit on it, on this kind of weight, so they can carve it, they can hold it straight.
Clean. Weight's close. Clean. Straight. Weight's good. Straight. Let it go. Whoa.
Pretty close to perfect there. Grant Hardy.
What turn are you seeing, Mark?
Out turn.
So it looks like
7/8 slope.
just a hair low. I mean, I think 3/4 low is close. You might kind of do that. Could be good.
7/8 is good. Yeah. 3/4 pretty good. Yeah.
Help me out on the line call.
It's always good to tell them, too.
Close.
You might do that. It'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might
Positive
do that, but that would be
reinforcement.
terrible.
Yeah.
Much
Positive
different.
reinforcement. You like that.
Yeah, make this. That'd be good.
Also good to, like, if it was me, I would see this with the other turn. But that's why you heard Brad Jacobs ask Mark Kennedy, which turn are you seeing? And that's, and I try to do that a lot. I think it's really important because whatever they can visualize better, they have a better chance of making.
All that'll do. Gets a couple moving.
That's it.
If that's on the paint, that's a really important shot.
I think it might be just out, but we need an overhead to...
Yep.
That just rolls off, apparently.
A little tight on you, sorry. Not in. Shit. For you. For you, 14-5.
Overcurled just a hair. He could have got them all going probably and stuck it.
Right, okay.
Yeah, really close still, but
Yeah, very close.
good result.
The nice thing for Team Jacobs is that even though it's not perfect, you're in a pretty much a no-risk situation right now to try to set up a deuce late, and worst case you have a shot for one, which as much as you want to chase multiple point scores in a game this close, what you really don't want to do is give up a steal. So good result there from Mark Kennedy.
Yeah, point this end is not a bad thing.
No, especially in 4. 4 is a nice end to score in if you've got the hammer. Or, I mean, even if you don't, I guess. But
Yeah, this one's got to go to not leave a double still. So that's going to be open.
it's high enough that the double's really
Yeah,
thin.
no, that looked like it was going to coast a little bit more, but
Even if you're
it's actually way too thin for the double.
So
I mean, you could make it if you had to, but it's really hard to stick your shooter.
I don't want to throw that.
No, me neither. No thanks.
Not being crazy to the wings, just nice gradual curl.
I like that, Mark.
Looking for a little hit and roll here. This will be probably something like a board or bumper.
Need about half a rock.
The houses still really aren't that quick, and they really haven't been all week long. So that looked like it was still going to glide going towards the corner, so the thought was you got to hammer it to make sure you bury it. But not necessary. It stops above the tee. Kennedy trying to hit and roll in front of number one.
clean. Whoa. Whoa, curl, clean. Curl, clean. Whoa, 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 whoa. Roll it, roll it. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, that's really well done.
Great
Great shot from Kennedy. Good touch.
Pretty much perfect because for Bruce, you can't really play a. You could, if you had to, you could make a roll behind that corner guard, but you don't want to ever get that cute with it. So I think he's going to probably roll the other way on this.
Pass on. Yeah, try and roll to his brush.
Really couldn't hand place that one better. Staggered just the slightest bit towards the roll to the corner.
They are looking at rolling towards the corner though.
11-5 here.
This is again the no fear from Bruce Mouat. This is a terrifying shot to have to throw.
He's playing across the face, so you have to be
that
on
looks
the
even
jam
harder.
for a long time. It's better for the roll.
It is better for the roll, but it looks easier to me with the out turn. Very brave.
In-turn hit and roll here, trying to avoid backing from Mouat. Board weight, maybe a little more.
Good to go.
Just rolling away. Stays in the forefoot. So we're not crossing it, just throwing it to the high side.
Okay, so he's making that roll.
Well, I don't
we
care.
got to make the double.
Yeah, make it double. It's got to make it
kind of good for him.
Middle?
Yeah.
Good at this.
Brad Jacobs there. He's making that roll.
Okay, so
We
he's
need to make
making
the
that
double.
roll.
And you look at what he's saying. He's saying that Mouat is going to make this 5-6 foot roll to a spot 1.5 foot wide. So we need to make the double. They're assuming that they're going to make one of the toughest shots in curling, that precise hit and roll that has to go that far. That's the respect that you have to have for the shot-making ability of this team right now.
Well, and I think the part that is overlooked sometimes is what you just said. It's one of the hardest shots in curling. Everybody goes, oh, I can't leave him the roll. You want to leave him the roll. Rolls are really hard. They are so much harder than everyone thinks they are. So that's a ton of respect from Brad Jacobs to Bruce Mouat.
And I think Bruce would have said, well, Brad's going to make this double.
100%. I would bet on
make the
Brad
roll
to make
after.
that double too. I mean, basically, if you're betting on anyone on the ice right now to miss a shot, I don't know where you're coming from.
So, same way?
I was thinking 9-5, honey.
All right, okay. Sure.
You're going to see Mouat get really aggressive at the roll here, too, because they
It doesn't
feel
change
that
much if you roll out.
it's a gimme for Jacobs to blank.
Well, and you can actually roll big. There's a long corner guard there too that you could roll to the edge of the 12 foot and still be buried here.
Yeah. Sure.
Nice way.
That was a big set. Bigger set than I was expecting for Bruce there based on the camera angle.
Keep going. Curl, Tommy. Keep going. Keep going. Curl. Keep going.
So close, though.
Hard, Tommy. Hard.
Doesn't quite get there, so Jacobs get the open look at the blank. Brad has to like how this game is going. He hasn't really been chasing much at all. He's had pretty good control of the action, and he's shortening the game up.
Yeah.
That execution back and forth game, this is where Jacobs wants to be.
Yeah, for a team with a hammer, you're pretty happy. The team without the hammer is not so much. You want to see a force, you want to see a little bit more. The team with the hammer is pretty happy for it to be a reasonably wide open game, which this so far has been.
Final stone in the first half of this championship final.
Clean.
And Jacobs,
Very nice.
no issue at all on that blank attempt. So 1-1 after 4 ends. Jacobs will have hammer in the 5th.
This is the Cornwall Curling Club. It's my home club. I started curling here when I was 7 years old. I decided to stick with curling because I really enjoyed the small team environment. I curled with the same girls from the time I was 9, basically until the end of juniors. So getting to form those friendships with my teammates was really special to me.
I started curling because of my grandparents, and both my parents curled and my brother, so it was just like a whole family thing. And when you walk into the curling club in Truro, Nova Scotia, and everyone greets you, and it's such a warm environment, and it's fun. After school, we'd go, and all of our friends would be there, so it was just like such a fun environment. And I got to curl with some of my closest friends growing up, so it really helped me keep in the game, and we all had the same goals.
I know what curling has done for our family, the opportunities it provided for both my girls. Nationally, we've got to travel the world. It's just a great sport. It's a small community. People, at all levels. Everybody knows each other. It's kind of a unique sport that way.
It's a sport that enables him to build his confidence and to make friends while doing something that he really enjoys.
Right now, at the age that they're at, it's just awesome to see when they come here and they see their friends at the curling club and the stuff they do off the ice too, and smiles and hanging out and just enjoying their time with friends.
There's a place where the world's best curling not only lives, it rocks. Download the new Grand Slam of Curling app and live stream all the action. Get exclusive content, stats, merch, and more. Let's rock.
So about as exciting a 1-1 game as you can have through 4 ends. The chess match has been going back and forth here in the championship final at the Coyote National, St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. Tyler George here with 2-time Scotties champion Chelsea Carey. Chelsea, you may look at the scoreboard if you haven't been watching and say, well, of course, they're just running rocks, blank ends, tight championship game, but the chess match has definitely been going right from the start. Even when there's only 3-4 rocks in play, they're playing to position, a couple inches space that they're throwing to. Hit and rolls, the precision that they're playing with these shots. And each end, they started off with a guard.
Oh, absolutely. And last end, we saw Team Mouat sitting 2 in the forefoot, both basically touching the button, and Team Jacobs playing a split on a tight guard to try to set up multiple points. So it's certainly not been a run and high kind of game. It's just how it's gone. There's not been a lot of misses, and therefore we're in a close match.
Bit straight end with a center guard. Start things off.
Really close. We're here light? Yeah. Okay, go ahead then.
Close,
Line's great. Clean.
Top 8.
Clean speed.
Weight's good. Top 4.
Line's good. Yep. Clean. Line's good. Clean for line.
Full
Clean.
Ben Hebert has barely
Rinse rock
blinked
only, easy,
here in
easy.
this final.
14-7, line's great.
Him and Junior
Here.
both got to be close to that 100%.
Very nice.
Good job, Benny.
That was a nice one for you guys.
Yeah, very good. Like that.
Benny's not even watching the end of his shots right now. Just lob it down and it's already made.
Clean. Don't burn it.
Good job, guys. I think speed on this side will be close too, Brett.
Line's good. Just top 12.
Gotta go.
It's getting closer.
Gotta go all the way. Go for line as well.
This one a little short from Junior. Top 12, but good spot. I'll take
Mike
that.
over here.
If we're going to the wing, I go the other wing, guys.
It's the other wing. Other side if you're going to the wing. Yeah, I mean, it's just, this one's a little tougher to be laying too.
I don't care for laying two.
I'm fine with it. We just got to be kind of close to that. Okay? I don't mind if we're not even second, Cupsy. What's the depth? What's the depth? Back four.
What do you think for speed, guys?
I like this ball,
14-3,
Chelsea.
14-4.
We've talked about not throwing to the wing and taking the position away, but with where that stopped from McMillan's draw,
I got close.
you can throw in
I
some
do,
two
I do.
here in the fifth.
Okay, T-line.
Playing for
Top
your
eight, top
0
four.
and 2.
Got to be deeper than top
Line's
eight.
good. Your weight's good,
Ben
guys.
said he didn't really
Line's
care if
good.
he was hitting 2 or not, but
Line's good. You
It's
can go.
definitely
It's
better.
curling.
It's better if you are, but yeah, I think his point is make sure they're separated enough that even if you're not second, that's better than being too close together and leaving a double or a run double or something for Team Mouat. So I think smart comment by Ben because being second matters less than getting enough separation between those two rocks.
Ben, you're throwing that good. Of course you're going to sit 2 and not have the now.
But he made it perfect, so there it is.
Hey, we said we needed to pinpoint it. Think it
Oh,
less
he
than
is
that.
clicking the heels now, too.
Oh, the heels are
over
clicking
here.
hard, yeah.
Yeah, as long as it
Some
gets
ruby
somewhere
slippers
there, we
involved
get
there.
short wide. Okay,
You want to try
10
to hold the
5.
shooter too, are we not?
Yeah. 10-5 works.
Yeah. We'll hold your
Thick
10-5.
half if you can, but half stone should be okay.
Sure. Nice weight.
Yep.
Weight's good. High 10s. Whoa.
Clean.
Landon playing a short run in.
10 slide.
Rocking the top of the 12-foot.
Weight's good. Whoa.
Yes. Curl.
Whoa.
Curl. Curl.
Whoa.
Clean, clean, clean.
Straight.
That's so good.
Shot.
It's shot rock
Thanks,
in
Bob.
front of
Good weight, pal.
the yellow counter in the back of
10-5.
the 8-foot.
That's just mean. That's so good.
Roll right behind the center, guys. I think we want to play that long roll, don't we?
No, you could roll buried behind the center. It's not bad either.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you just roll
Yeah, that's
buried
real
there.
good there, Brad.
10 and a half.
Yeah. It's probably normal to make that
10
roll
and a half
good.
might be minimum just because we got to go pretty far. I think
Okay.
you got to throw normal.
Normal's the weight for this. All right, weight. Speed should be good.
Jacob's finishing each other's sentences
Put it on the
there.
line.
I agree. I don't think 10.5 is enough weight. The house just being a little bit dead, that's a long way to roll with a quiet weight. So a little more weight gives you a little bit more action on this roll for Brett to land.
Curl, Ben.
Come on, Benny. Got a chance.
Yeah, you got to go. Keep her going.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep
Keep her
going.
going. Keep her going. Okay, you're done.
Good.
Curling
Good.
this
No,
all the way.
Okay, good.
Little
shot. No heavy.
Just nose. So no roll,
That was a
but
bomb.
not a bad result.
Brett.
I can say a little bit
Heavy or good?
8-7. Half stone out.
8.7,
Yeah,
so
you
you're
can edge
looking
on
for more
edge,
like a
it's
9.5.
9-5.
9-5. Okay.
Yeah, have to kind of keep it
So that would
high.
make up the difference
Even
with how much that curled.
even the 9 here, Bob.
Okay, maybe it's a fraction less then.
Don't mind that at all.
Nine. Close. Clean. Whoa.
Clean. Whoa.
9. Clean.
Close.
Yep.
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 Whoa.
Clean.
Whoa.
Whoa. And roll. Roll.
Just over the line, boys. Hard.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
Pretty good. Good ball.
Throw.
And he rolls that towards the center.
Probably just.
Real close.
Options now for Jacobs.
Intern. Intern half. Heel.
This is the 0
Is
or
it
2
thin half
shot.
or?
Thin half is perfect. with the in.
Yeah, if you make this, I am thinking it looks an awful lot like a blank.
Very blankish right now. Blant makes the double. Hardy will play the double back.
Hard, really hard. Hard! Suck it up. Real hard! Suck it up. Real hard!
Pull out and not get the doubles. Bad. Just tight out of hand there from Blant. He knew it right away.
I actually think that was one of the speakers that said real hard, so maybe a little soft
Unless
on
you
release
draw
or a
to
little
right,
tight
try
on the
to
slide
roll
line. When you're
to-
close to the center line,
Yeah.
as a sweeper, you can
Top
see
eight,
that.
two eight.
You can sort of
Top
tell
eight,
that. So
half
sometimes
third.
they can make as good a line call as the person in the
Yeah.
house. And unfortunately for Team Jacobs, they were right.
You're 15 got 15. Even if you just bite the 8.
Still hard not to turn this into a blank, but they're going to try to pull a force out of this.
Take off that.
What's your ideal depth here, Chelsea, with this answer draw?
I think you need to be a little higher than that, even at the deepest, than the one on the wings. Otherwise, you're going to leave your double and sit buried. So I think in a perfect world, you're just full 8.
We're biting it.
Clean.
Biting it.
Clean.
Biting it.
Curl.
Shotgun. Great throw.
Nice, pretty much right there.
Well done. Didn't need to bury completely
Playing
on
the
that
center
shot.
into the side.
You almost don't want
trying to get to
because he's going to try hit and roll here, and if he makes the roll
Sorry,
buried,
not
then
nose. As much of nose as you can.
Okay. Roll away.
Like,
Good, yeah. Good shot.
He's going to have to roll back, but
Well, then we're. Yeah. I mean, he rolls back and we're one rock later. It's not great.
well, he rolls back. We're hoping he rolls right under, and then maybe we can do that.
Okay.
And then at least it's a double run.
I just thought we might play the roll right now, but I thought we might play the center into that.
Mark Kennedy with
I
the
think you
Lou
gotta
Gehrig
throw
type streak
11 and a
of
half.
11 and a
3,000
half,
consecutive
Or
games
12.
with his hair not
Throw
getting out of
12,
place.
Mark.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah.
I'm with Mark, though, and my first thought was the roll here, but because it's a little bit open, I get where Brad's coming from. But the other option is to hit and roll off that wide one, but that's why you almost didn't want to be buried there for Team Mouat, because if Mark Kennedy were to play that hit and roll, now you could access that rock and play a soft weight, like a hack weight, little chase, little to the nose of your own rock. But if he buried it more, you wouldn't have that option, and then I think you'd see Brad Jacobs call a different shot.
Curl.
Just hanging a little
Curl
bit.
more. Yep.
Keep going.
Yep, yep.
Keep going. One
Roll
roll.
away here.
Good turn there by
Good shot, Mark.
Blank.
Very good.
Good boy.
Good result.
Probably need to roll.
I think we have to roll this way.
Okay. That's good. Let me hold you back.
Nose isn't amazing, but it's okay.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
See,
I
it's
don't think this
11-5.
team settles for any less than
Probably like
amazing
11,
at this
Bruce.
point.
It's true.
Yeah. Anywhere higher, good gun.
High tens.
Already playing the
Waist good.
intern hit.
Clean.
Yep. Waist good.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Waist good.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yes. Yes.
Whoa. Waist good. Whoa.
Yes.
Yep. Hard.
Good, got it. Good.
Well, they didn't nose it, so
Could nose it now.
So that's amazing.
So it's
I think.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Playing
can't.
this.
Good shot.
What happens if we nose it, Brad? It probably forces him to roll in. Yeah, and I'm okay with that. The only other thing is like a big roll, right?
I like the nose, guys. I think I do too. I like these guys like the nose.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Then 10 and a half, Mark.
Okay.
it's
How does
just
that
playing a
look?
blank here then. So
Very
looking
easy.
for if Mark Kennedy hits it on the nose,
Oh, it's good. 10 and a half?
Yeah.
then Bruce Mouat can't hit it on the nose and
And a
be in the
couple down
house.
the
So he's going to
top.
have to roll towards the center line, and that
Great,
potentially
great.
sets up a double for Brad Jacobs, which then plays into the blank.
Easy. Weight's good. 10 and a half.
Clean, yep.
Weight's good.
Clean.
10 and a half.
Whoa. Curl. Get clean. Clean. Yep. Clean. Good.
That's a
Nice
good
draw,
shot there.
but-
Real good, bud. Good, Mark. Great. Good suit,
Nice.
guys. Yeah.
Yep, smart play there.
So hey, kind of hope he hooks.
Yeah.
Just play the line.
Roll edge on edge.
Heard Benny say kind of hope he hooks,
you
which
don't-
means
9.
Sure. Throw a little bit
rolls this far enough that it's a piece under cover, and then you would see Team Jacobs play the hit and roll off the wide one. If he doesn't hook it, I think you're going to see him play a double or a hit and roll to group the stones on that side of the sheet. Or the right side of the sheet as we look at it here, and leave Brad a double on his last one.
You're 10-5.
This size?
Here, Lance.
Are you less yet? No.
Got a good bench chat going on back there between Michael Goodfellow and Paul Webster.
Nice way. Face kick.
Play. Yep.
Face kick.
Play.
Whoa.
Play.
Whoa.
Yep. Whoa.
Face kick.
Go. Whoa.
Let's see what the Mary Brownson are like in this one.
Straight. Straight.
Whoa. Close. Straight line. Whoa.
Perfect.
Great shot.
The sick thing about that shot is that you're thinking, oh, it didn't quite roll to buried. They're leaving it open so that if Jacobs ever did come around the center, it's just a short run in with that stone. That's just perfect.
Yeah, that's exactly what Ben just said. We hope he hooks it. Well, if it rolled another 2 inches, he would have hooked it.
That's
and
so
then you would have
mean.
seen a potential deuce. It is mean. They're being mean.
They'll just hit and roll away, too, you know.
Are we ever trying to just kind of do that? I mean, he's hitting and rolling away, and then it's just a force.
Not if he got a
right?
little bit under. He's probably drawing and having to put it in a really good spot.
If we got under that?
Just a little under. Like if you roll, even if you nosed, he noses, we get our one.
So we like hitting this, eh?
Yeah.
Trying to
Well,
get to as much
no,
of those.
not necessarily.
Shot,
Just,
isn't it, Brett?
I don't really know what else you're going to do right now.
The only other thing would be trying to hit and roll that underneath here, but that's still
really
just
draw.
auto.
No,
I
right.
want to score.
I know, me too.
I don't like that. No.
Is that any good?
No. Don't love that.
I think we got to hit this one, guys.
Don't think the
Which
front
one?
end likes that.
Yeah, you got to hit this one.
The
middle one? Yeah, even if you roll away, he's never going to draw.
That's our trouble rock, Brad.
I know, I hear you on
Hope you
that.
draw, Bobby. Yeah,
Just
Bob,
if you ever
draw.
made a good
Please,
roll
draw.
with this.
He's not going to leave
this
us the
is
double
like-
off that for 2.
Huh?
Even if we nose or go away with it, we always got off this.
Okay, what's
12 on the nose.
How are we making this one? 12?
I like 12 on the nose. I'm not going to
12 on the nose.
Junior chatting about
Little roll doesn't hurt.
A hair under would be great.
Don't you think a hair
what
under
you
would
should
be,
play
would
if
be
we play
good?
this.
Yes,
Not bad.
Ben would
I think
really
that's good
like
because
if
he's either gonna play a draw
they hit and
or
rolled
They
away
played
here
the
and Team Mouat drew,
liking
but that's
this?
not going to be a thing that
Yeah,
happens.
12,
But he was
try
trying
to
to talk
under a
You
Hammy
play the draw,
Jr.
Bob?
and Bob into the idea that they should draw.
So out of character for Ben to participate in a little gamesmanship out there.
Oh yeah, he never does that.
So playing the hit and stick
Board.
on shot rock in the center, you heard the term, that's the danger rock. Well, that's the one that's trouble.
Clean. Whoa.
I agree with that. It is the rock that's going to cause them the most issues. So I like this call. I don't think you're ever creating a deuce out of nowhere here. So you just got to make sure you have a makeable shot for your point.
Great shot.
Beauty, bud. Great shot.
They were hoping to roll it a little farther and get shot out of it.
So you know what?
How about a shot?
A second.
11-5.
I think so.
It's pretty good.
If you don't like it, you just go here.
Fine.
That's true.
Whatever you like.
5?
Yeah. See my one here. Yeah. Kind of 10-5, so.
Yep, you're a little bit further, although they didn't have a lot of room by the guard, but if you're a little bit further and you even if you come out the other side, then for Bruce to make this chase, he's going to roll towards his own, so you might see him play the draw, and then maybe you have a chance at getting 2 points, but
Mouat's last.
Chase here.
Here in 5.
So he's good. Close. Yep. Heavy attention. Clean. Roll up and come.
Just need to stick around if you're Mouat and try to get the force.
Jump
No
ready.
problem
Nail
there.
the girl. Made it perfect.
So once again, mission accomplished for the team without hammer. Forcing the draw for the single. That is how the first 2 points of this game have been scored. Skip's draw for 1.
Hey, Brad. What are you thinking for speed here, Brad?
I don't have it at 14-8. I have it more like
14-4, 14-3, Cupsy.
Jacob's thrown a lot of draws in this game already. Has not missed one yet.
Turn the button, boys.
Hair deep in the second.
He might have
His
just
first.
cursed him. Hopefully he didn't.
I don't think anything's cursing Brad right now.
No, I'm with you. So they're talking about not 14.8, which is what he's been throwing in, more like 14.4, which doesn't sound like a big difference, but that's probably 4 or 5 feet. So
significant at this level.
Yeah.
Back 4. Easy.
Gliding a little bit,
Sliding
but
good here. Back 8.
Uh-oh.
turn.
Brad is going real straight.
It's starting to turn
He's
over. I
okay.
think he's
Nice, Brad.
He still gets the slide. That's good enough. Woo. So it is a single, just barely for Brad Jacobs. 2-1, Jacobs leads Mouat after 5 ends.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
it's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
There's a place where the world's best curling not only lives, it rocks. Download the new Grand Slam of Curling app and live stream all the action. Get exclusive content, stats, merch, and more. Let's rock.
Anxious moment there for Team Jacobs as that one skated to the back of the 8-foot. Good enough for one. They lead Mouat 2-1. On to the 6th end. Chelsea really never has been a moment in this game where either team was in trouble, dire straits. And both skips have answered the call on that final draw every time for a single point against points.
Yeah, the closest to trouble we saw was actually Team Mouat the first end. If Bruce didn't make that freeze perfectly, he might have looked at giving Brad Jacobs something for 2 or 3, but made it perfectly, and then Brad answered with the draw. I think they thought that path was a little bit slower based on the conversation between Brad and the sweepers. I didn't time it. I wish I would have. But they were thinking it was more like a 14, like a low 14 versus a high 14, which is what he'd been throwing in. And they swept it a bit early, so I think they liked it out of his hand. It just maybe slid a little bit better than they thought it was going to, but no harm, no foul. Single point on the board, and the chess match continues.
Well, go.
Center guard from Hebert, real tight, but still stays out of the rings and touching center. Junior with the corner guard.
So now if we stack that,
we just call him Junior now.
2.
It's easy.
I'm into that.
Amy McMillan is
I'd like to.
kind of a mouthful.
You would.
I think his father probably appreciates it too.
Oh, yeah. Senior definitely loves that.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. Max, a little wider.
Love to see it here.
Just past you.
Line's good.
Pretty close to
They
there.
fill up a full week of
Line's good.
broadcasts
Curl a
with
bit. Curl, we need
senior
more.
and
Feet a little
junior
deep, though.
stories.
Okay.
Yep, definitely.
Line's perfect. Just clean. Curl. Yep. Yep. Good look. Curl.
Good job, Mark.
Attaboy.
Shot. Great spot. Great spot.
There's that same center guard blocking off the in-turn path to go into the corner guard.
Yeah, they did it the opposite way. It was a sweep it straight to keep it in the hole there, but made it perfectly.
Crowd in the arena, if you're hearing that cheer, and the Jumbotron, they're showing all the volunteers in orange jackets. They've done amazing things throughout this event to make this the tournament it has been. We'd like to thank them as well. And the city of St. John's for hosting and putting on such a fantastic Grand Slam curling tournament. Chelsea, I think you can count on one coming back here. Not too long in the future.
I agree. I mean, we've had the slam. I know it was here once. It was men's only, I think, in 2005 or so. But first time I played in 3 or 4 slams in Newfoundland, but they all were outside of town, and they were all incredible. But this is the first time we've had one right in St. John's. We're staying right beside the hotel, right beside the arena. The crowds have been absolutely incredible. This is one of the bigger buildings a slam will ever be in. And for it to be this full all the time, for the fans to be as amazing and respectful as they have been, you can't go anywhere here without somebody wanting an autograph or a picture or something. It's just been... Well, and I can't even imagine what it's like for people who are more famous than me. It's just been such an incredible week, and I can't say enough good things about this event and about St. John's and everything that's gone on here. It's been incredible, and I hope you're right. I hope it comes back here sooner than later, because this has been such a great week.
A third. Head turn. Yeah. Go on my head first. This one. Okay. Might be hard to hit a third, but
we just crotch it and stay
yeah.
right there.
Yeah. And that's the best angle, though.
Just a moment.
Do you want me to just try and can I make a double and stick right there? Yeah. That's nice. Okay. Right in the nose. Like in the middle, sorry. Normal. You want more?
Oh, I love that conversation.
Give me a little more.
That wasn't even meant to be funny either.
No.
It was. Bob still hasn't even cracked a smile on it. Oh, that's
I mean, he's right. It is nice.
That'd be really nice, wouldn't it? Let's see how nice it is for Bob.
This is a harder double than it looks like it is, though. These like sort of same time doubles, like they're automatic and they're actually really difficult.
Now for some people,
there it goes.
It does kick towards the corner as well.
I'd suggest that on Tuesday or Wednesday, that rock might not have left the house.
That's fair.
The yellow rock. It's a little livelier, a little straighter, a little faster, just a little bit more kind of lively action on the rocks tonight than, and even in the semis and the games yesterday than it was earlier in the week.
Gallant playing the in-turn.
That's good. Yep. Stay down. Clean. Yep. Clean.
Hard to see where they want to leave this.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the question.
Clean. Clean. Right to it. Whoa, curl. Roll. Great shot.
It's high enough that rolling under the corner, semi-corner, it's kind of right in between. It's not dangerous.
Very good. 11-3.
I think that's perfect, though, because if you roll too far, he'd just go, like, Bruce Mouat would just go around everything. So I think that's pretty close to exactly where you would want it, but that may be another inch, but really close to perfect, as we've come to expect
They're
in this
trying to
game.
dig this out now, too. Which
They can do it. It's definitely there.
Can't see any of it, but it's there.
If it's set short, they maybe have to do something with it. Then we can draw.
Especially with the carve. I imagine as soon as you know you're by the guards, you'll see Grant Hardy sweeping this rock.
To the hack. Yep. Whoa, heavy. Close. Whoa, then. Whoa. 11 side. Close. Curl.
Okay, real wide.
Really good curl.
Really good track. Really good.
All the way, never else. Never else. Hard to hit.
Oh, boy.
There's the blank we had not seen from Lammy or Team Mouat throughout the game, but
11-2.
maybe a little up. Heard 11-2 from Bruce. Just I have to think that they were throwing for closer to high 11s to 12.
I think they called hat, which to me is 12 to 12 and a half with ice this fast, so
The only other
little
thought
big.
I
It
have
looked
is
like
a tight center.
a reasonably
Center's
big
good.
set as well.
Can't be too tight, you can roll off
Mouat
it,
team
don't
throws a
tough.
lot of rotation, but they don't throw a
Can't be
big
so tight,
set
you can roll
where
in.
the rock gets outside that broom line early.
Roll in that way.
And I saw Bruce do that
Then you
earlier
want to be
too,
on the
and
leaf.
it also undercurled. So
I like that shot.
not quite what they were looking for, but the
Illuminates
good news for
So I assume
Team Mouat is that they have a hammer
guard.
here.
Okay, so you want a 4 guard? Yeah, right on the leaf. Okay.
4 guard splitting center, guys.
Right on the leaf.
Speed here is pretty good.
Bottom of the Coyote logo.
It's right on the leaf.
I got about 14-5 here.
14-5 PT.
Talk about how everybody has their own unique curling delivery, just like the golf swing. Say there's certain players that we point you towards for fundamentals. Mark is not one of them. That take back with the foot, you would try to coach out of just about anybody, but with Mark, again, you just do what works for you.
Yeah, Mark is one of the most talented curlers I've ever seen. But yeah, that big wraparound, you wouldn't teach that. His hand as far back on the handle as it is. I'm a believer that your hand should be further back than traditionalists would tell you that it should be. So I'm somewhere in between what he does and what they want me to be doing. But yeah, he's just so talented that it's he gets away with it. It's you look at a guy like David Medowin, who everybody always said you wouldn't emulate that, you wouldn't teach that, but if you do it well enough, it works all the time. So you don't have to be a traditionally good, standard technician thrower to make a lot of shots, but it sometimes it makes it easier. And these Scottish guys are pretty technically sound as far as what you would try to teach people.
Out-turn hit here from already playing it thin. Does lose both yellows. Shooter goes out.
One got a hair through, so the shooter stuck somewhere else.
Right here, Mark.
Great shot nonetheless, but gives Team Jacobs an opportunity now. Come around again. Looking for the force here if you're Brad Jacobs.
If anything, you're a little slower.
How does that look?
No less. Okay.
Again, I like that conversation. How does that look? Like, it has to look good to the person in the hack, especially when you have a left-handed thrower. That can be very different for a lot of people because it changes. You're coming from a different hack. It's not the actual throw that's different. It's the hack that's different. So for Brad to ask Mark, I think that's really smart.
I don't think we're quite T. I got top 8.
Clean. Curl. Finish.
Speed.
Curl distance. Curl. Just curl. Just curl.
Andy. Very good, Mark.
Another good one from Kennedy. He's been on his game as well.
Hey, you got to try to do a ball, do you?
Right this back here.
Outside round.
I like either sticking the outside
Yeah,
one or freezing.
Okay, so this is the third
He
shot.
needs to get this to walk down, to not bounce open. Can't see any of this stone.
Sorry, T. Just thinking back forward. Okay, just might roll off, but. Okay,
I like
T is okay.
It's important to keep it under, I think, the piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
For Team Mouat, probably not seeing a lot of risk, and Bruce is always going to have most of the forefoot for the single point worst case, and it's not looking great for 2. So if you did make this tap perfectly, and you shot stone where Team Jacobs couldn't kill it, couldn't chase it, and not jam it on this yellow rock, then you'd be really happy. So low risk attempt at trying to set up a late 2 here.
Back 8 was the initial call.
Really close.
That's a nice shot.
Good position there. Still left enough of the shooter that they could play it back into the yellow on the next, and moves it back far enough that the in-off.
I'd like us to be quick here.
It's now a makeable shot.
Okay.
That red winger.
For sure. Probably would have loved to be shot stone, but that's the only complaint I can come up with about that rock.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Back four's a good shot. All right. I mean, he
is it though?
Well, he's going here, Mark. He's hitting the one he just threw, and he's got 2 in front of us.
I know exactly. So it's not a good shot. So I like the guard.
So we're
right
trying
on the leaf.
On the leaf again, okay.
Yeah, let him play the in-off, and then at least we have the draw.
Are you edge here?
No, I was like 2 or 3 inches outside. And
because we got to.
Hey, you know what, Mark? Just
we got to make sure the hole's closed.
Pardon me? Yeah, give me edge.
Yeah. You want to throw the other rock first? That should be good.
Yeah, I do.
I like throwing this. So guys, he's probably coming around.
So they don't. He purposely doesn't have matched rocks. That's interesting.
Okay.
Fine, give me edge.
You want to be split in center, guys? Yeah. Split in center, 4 or 5.
What did you guys do with that tie? Did you
like here, I think, Cupsy?
When you played with John? Did he want when you skipped? Did you want matched rocks, or did you want one that curled a little bit more?
Yeah, I never wanted anything different from rock to rock. Schuster didn't either. He wanted matched as much as they possibly could be.
Me too, but I find it interesting because that to me means that Brad is purposely throwing a set of rocks that are not matched.
Line's tight. Almost in. Oh, it's good. Little heavy. On that leaf.
It's all there already.
Line's reasonable.
It's over curling, if anything.
We're good.
Oh, real good, Cups.
Good shot, Cups.
What do I know? Good shot.
A few things, Mark.
Mark knows a lot of things.
Yeah.
So they were thinking that Bruce Mouat would play the in-off when they made that.
I think that was a little gamesmanship too.
I agree, because I think that this is the call.
And I think the in-off is still the plan if it comes to it. But they're going to give themselves two options.
Yeah,
going
this is
to
smarter.
their last.
The in-off is all or nothing right now.
Get shot right now. And then if there's nothing else to get in for a second point, you have the in-off for 3. But you need to be shot.
Agreed.
On this shot right now.
But not deep, because then you take the in-off away from yourself. So you got to be top T-line on this. I mean, for multiple reasons, but that's one of them.
Yeah, top side of button would be ideal here for Mouat.
Why you begin? Top 4.
Even half 4 foot is good.
Close. It's good. Top 4. Close. Why you perfect? Why you perfect? Easy now. Where are you? Top 4. Close. Easy. Go, got it. When you can, go. Don't want him. Only when you can.
It's all there.
Yep. Go.
Yep, there we go. Perfect for Mouat.
It's a pistol.
Is that there?
Oh yeah, it's half rock.
Sure, I'm okay with
if
that.
we freeze there,
Looking
it's
at
a
the
deuce.
in-off for themselves now.
You could touch this. I mean, this looks like a dead half to get in there. Skinny half, you touch ours, but half rock
To me,
makes
it looks like an intern shot. I like it.
It's
You like it, Brad?
I do.
You like it, Mark?
Sure, man.
Love it. Crowd's gonna love it.
Clicking the heels.
Yeah.
Can't say no now.
We threw the guard.
I love it when your lead's feeling
Sure.
confident and calling shots for your skip,
Can't
but
say
you know.
no now. Ugh.
2/3 half rock.
Well, why not?
Is that thick
Came this
half
far.
close?
I
2/3?
don't mind it either, though.
Yeah,
like,
this is 2/3, guys.
2/3, yeah. 2/3.
Half is
if you make
not
it,
good.
Yeah.
it's
Throwing
a
you in,
guaranteed
eh?
force, maybe a steal. If you
That's-
don't, you're only giving up
It's only 2.
Where you
Yeah.
want it, Cupsy.
Yeah, that's good.
So probably worth the risk.
Yeah, so you're only 1 down playing 7. It's not a huge risk. And if you play the freeze, you're probably still giving up 2 anyway. So may as well try it. Here we go.
Jacobs, final stone, playing the in-off. Why not?
Curl. Straight. Spin it.
Shots into their own.
Worked out okay.
But second shot.
That could have been really bad.
Good job.
And that switch on the sweep call at the end from Kennedy was to do exactly what they did.
Yeah. If they hit that any thinner on the first rock and they came straight into the side of it, they wouldn't have been second shot at the end of it. It would have been a draw for 3. So almost a disaster, but avoided it. But nonetheless, draw for 2 here for Bruce Mouat.
Well, it needs a touch 4s here on his final stone in the 6th. To take their first lead of the game. Crowd urging this one on as well. They can come to their own stone. There's space in front of it for a second counter.
Sweepers like it, so I think it's close.
Perfect from Mouat, no doubt about it. 2 points to take a 3-2 lead after 6 ends of play.
So to our knowledge, we're the first and currently only queer sport organization in the province, which is something that has been really important to us and that we're trying to drive in other areas of sport as well.
Curling is a very low barrier, very inclusive sport to begin with, and it meshes very well with the Pride community. It's a very open, welcoming sport.
The REMAX Center and the broader curling community of St. John's has been phenomenal. We have felt, 100% welcomed. There's never been any feeling of judgment. I just hope that this is around for many years to come.
Our first deuce of the game in the 6th end. Bruce Mouat comes through with a draw of the 4-foot. He leads Brad Jacobs 3-2 in this championship final at the Coyote National.
There.
So Chelsea, we've seen this scenario a million times.
Light fight.
Team Mouat's going to be going all out to try to either steal or get a force. They want somebody to score one.
Wait's good.
And for Team Jacobs,
15-5.
either the 0 or 2.
Good shot.
0 or 2 plus.
Had that over curl. Just
Yeah.
the line every time. Right before.
Yeah, this is a classic. I know we do it a lot of practice. I'm sure a lot of people do when we play scenarios. I always want to play 1 up, 1 down,
Really
and 7
good.
because it's an interesting
Line's good.
way to go about it.
Line's good, Dan. Line's good. Yep. Line.
So my guess is that you might see 2 guards
Hard
here.
line,
Bruce
boys.
Mouat.
Hard
Guard
press.
for the
Really
force
gotta go line.
is a double guard, and they're not afraid to do
Really
that.
gotta go line. Head down. You're by.
Stop it.
You're by. You're by. You're by.
Full eight's
Off,
good.
off.
Over. Full off. That's a
Good,
head
man.
sweep, guys.
Good. Good sweep.
Good, Benny.
14-8.
You want probably too late.
Shot top 8 from Hebert.
We'll get you there, honey.
Back you on. You're on.
Depth on that shot so important too, Chelsea, that's full 4 foot, then the freeze cuts down a lot of scoring space.
Waist close.
If it's higher, something can come around. Top 8, full 8 from Hebert, perfect spot.
Waist there.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot.
Waist there.
I talk about it a lot with teammates and stuff. You know, often you'll see people sweep that to half 4 foot and go, great shot. No, it's not. It's too deep then. Half 4 foot's okay, but it's the deepest it can possibly be. So, not a double guard here from Mouat.
I like this out again.
Played the freeze. I imagine if that rock was maybe not quite as perfect as it was, you might have seen the second guard, but.
Mine's great.
Yeah, I got good. I got more.
I had a hair more.
Just heavy.
I will off that.
Just clean. Max weight.
But you
Top
never have
8.
to.
Line's
Clean.
good.
We're close.
Clean.
We're
Clean
close.
only. Clean.
Line only.
Whoa.
Top 12.
Yep. Whoa.
Little bump.
Yep. Yep. Hard.
Weight's good.
Just trying to
Oh,
play
this
it
took a
as tight as
turn.
possible. Whoa. Little bitey curl. Spin.
Not bad.
Okay, good, man.
That's cagey.
Which was very cagey. I'm not
Touches
sure
the
if that
center
picked or
guard.
what, but it went sideways. They weren't worried about the line at all, but it
Hang
worked
on to the nose
out
of the
pretty
rack.
much like he would have wanted it to anyway.
50. Yep.
Out trying to pile another one up there now.
Close line. Super here, light.
Fraction light.
Line's good.
Yep.
Line's good.
Waist close.
Line.
Oh, line's fine.
Line's good.
Waist perfect.
Oh,
Line's good. Leave out room.
Waist
Curl,
perfect. Wrist.
curl if you're heavy.
No, waist.
Line's good if the weight's good.
Curl.
Bump it a wee half a rock.
Right to this. Right to this.
Curl, curl,
Another
curl,
freeze
curl.
made.
Right to it.
Not even half a rock. Shot
Nothing
ball.
different.
Good.
Great shot from Lammy.
A shot. Maybe overstep, yeah, half a rock.
The shouting line.
Blank getting
Yeah.
less and less likely as it goes, but not out of the question with these teams.
Not out of the question at all.
It's a pretty good. If you can get to the nose with T-line. Just a thought.
You can.
Just didn't want to yell it to you.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. T-line, Brett.
T-line?
T-line, try to get to the nose.
Yep.
T-line, wait.
Interesting. A little bit of gamesmanship there, maybe too. Just didn't want to yell it to you, so didn't want to tell Bruce Mouat the plan. Is the only way I can think to interpret that.
Clean. Back 4.
Something about what they're thinking of
weight's
doing.
good.
Didn't want to reveal it.
Whoa. Yep.
T-line is the call. T-line weight.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Weight's good.
Yep. Hard. Whoa. Hard.
Get to nose, get to nose.
Whoa.
Very good.
Very nice.
Oh, great angle there.
good.
Oh, that's
Really
really
well
good.
done by Gallant. That yellow is now wired up to the 2 reds to lose both.
Now I don't mind if we blast
Sweet.
it.
You're
Good
100%
job, Brett.
on, yeah.
Thanks, so Bruce. Steph. 7-8 flow. Control. Okay.
Such a precise shot. If you hit this anywhere high, it's so bad. And they're trying to hit it 7-8 slow.
7-8.
Leave him a shot to spin them all. Sorry. Just leave him a shot to spin
Can
all
we go to
of it.
16ths
Yeah.
for these guys?
Yeah, I mean, you might.
Probably fair.
Probably should.
Just a smidge low, you're good.
15/16 slow.
Oh, that's too much. 13/16.
Okay, 9.
So Lammy playing the normal weight run. Needs to curl a little bit.
Curl.
Good shot.
Shot,
That's
Bobby.
7/8.
That's
so good.
That is so
oh,
good.
These guys are on their games right now.
I just, like, the guts to call that is beyond me. That's incredible.
Yeah, there's a terrible result, maybe a half an inch off of where they hit
Yes,
that.
the opposite, like a mirror image of that is so bad.
And you're trying
but
to hit.
they're seeing
I'd rather
everything.
throw the out cup.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thin, like a thin 3/4, Brett.
I love that, Brett.
So now playing it into
Trust it. I don't think it'll do
clearing
much.
things for the 0 or 2. That's going to have a little extra on this one.
Clean. Yep. Whoa. Curl. Curl. Ah, you threw that really well. Sorry.
Just thought maybe just bad stick there. So he threw it really well, so none of the Reds in the house go.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate results for what sounds like a pretty good throw.
I think so.
If you ever come off our red, then
You playing back 4?
He will be.
Or do you just want to freeze?
I'd imagine. Kind of like just T-way. Bump it onto an angle this side. Yeah, that'd be lovely. 15, you get the nose, good though.
14-5.
High 14s. We're pretty thin actually if he comes off that.
Great situation now for Team Mouat. Blank looking far more unlikely after that last shot.
Really thin off that one. Yeah. To get that one, but probably takes his own.
Yeah, Blank looking very unlikely at this point.
14s here.
Yeah, low 14s. Just.
He's good. Hairline.
Yeah.
I like it.
Just top 4.
Easy.
Top 4.
He's good. T-line.
Already playing the tap.
Top 4. Line.
Hairline.
Top 4, Bruce.
Hard down.
Line.
He's good.
Top 4, so need a little bit more weight.
Curl.
Just trying to tap to a freeze.
Ah, shot, good.
Oh, beauty. That ended good.
Very good.
Like this.
Okay.
Do you like that shot? That's the shot all day. Looks like.
This is interesting.
Jacob answering his
Thin
own
2/3.
question. Do you like that shot? That's a shot all day.
Anywhere in there is real close, Mark.
Looks like 2/3. Yeah, 2/3 is real close.
So this is a slash in on the center guard into the Reds in the side of the 8-foot, back into the red top of the 4-foot.
Try to unlock that freeze.
Clean. Whoa. Curl. 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 Curl.
Curl.
Curl.
Good
shot,
shot, Mark. Good shot. Very good.
Pretty
It's
close.
the third.
Nice. Good shot, Mark.
To curl a little bit more for what they were looking for, but a pretty good result, I think.
And sitting first and fourth.
Nose good.
They throw that double to light too.
Try and roll here.
I think we take their own.
I think they might push it back the way, but
If he does, we have a double. It's at 3.
would you like?
Can they make a double on the reds and keep the yellow? No.
No.
On what? These two? Yeah. Looks
You got
very
time,
tough,
bud.
but
You're
yeah,
good.
probably just. They're a hair low. Looks really tough.
No, I think I like your call.
Yeah.
I'm just worried I go here.
Okay.
It leaves in this triple. Sits in front.
I'm just like thinking here, so it stuffs here.
Okay.
Oh, my first goal. And if it's there, then I've got this.
Nose leaves a triple too, doesn't it?
I think so. I think that's why I like
Ever go that
rolling
way
to
on
a
it?
half stone.
I think that's a really nice ball.
Probably going to have a double in, but
Yeah, I think they have a double back.
Okay.
Also, don't mind that, bump into it.
Normal.
You don't mind that? Don't mind that at all.
Do you want to move this? You
Change the
want to
angles nicely.
Might as well try and move it here.
it's actually probably quite nice if you just roll the
Think it
side.
gets
That's what you figure that.
Okay.
Like,
I
if
like
he
it.
tries that triple, it's just stuff.
You're in my
there.
back pocket, mate.
True.
10-5.
Yeah.
Just sit right there.
Just don't want to like finish here if that's possible. So he has that triple.
Yeah, so if we throw 10-5, we make sure we get low this one.
Yeah. Well, do you want to throw more just in case it's a hair low and you just push that wide? But
I like 10-5.
We do.
okay.
Just control weight hit on this fourth counter. Jacobs. Mouat trying to roll a little towards the center. Sounds like they want a hair low.
Like that.
Nice to just bump it an inch or two.
Is that all try to bump it? Don't try to push it right across.
No, you know, you need to Just right next to it, really.
Sure.
Bounce it an inch.
Waist kick.
10.
Whoa.
Oh, waist kick.
Clean. Tags.
Yep. Whoa, whoa.
Whoa. Yep.
Yep.
More tags. Whoa.
Whoa. Curl.
Waist kick.
Curl. Clean.
Clean.
Straight.
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 Hard.
Straight. Nice.
Lines that up really well. That yellow is in jail, even though they're shot rock. This is advantage Mouat right now.
It's about the most trouble you could be in while being shot rock.
We're gonna take that if you hit this first, probably.
Real skinny does it go though, Brad?
Yeah. I think that's the play. We don't need to discuss it. Is there another shot?
No.
What's the play? Tell me.
Well, I'm thinking like
Thin on that one.
Yeah.
as thin as possible. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
What's the weight?
Yeah, you don't need to throw a missile.
No, you don't throw.
I think the easiest way to hit it, Skinny, is to throw it hard.
Yeah, okay.
Because I got to kill it.
You bet.
Yeah, we're killing it. Yeah.
With Mark Kennedy on this one, I like throwing this hard. I think
That's your out.
you're trying to move a bunch of rocks and unlock freezes and stuff. I don't think the extra weight's going to hurt you here.
Kennedy throwing weight here, trying to get a couple of these reds going.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a little extra weight too.
Yep. Going hard. Whoa.
Good
Good
shot.
shot.
Pretty good.
Good shot, Mark.
I'd love to kiss that red. I think that's what they were trying to do.
Maybe if the white's in.
Yeah.
Really just.
I think you would have had to hit the
Whiskered
centerline
by.
side one first, though, to do it. But yeah, if they could have ever just unlocked that freeze, it would have been ideal because it's 2 shots to
8-5.
ever remove that red
On
right
the
now.
nose.
Yeah.
Does it keep it?
It's close.
Okay.
Have to hit nose.
Most
and
hit
hope
here will
that
kill
can get
both
that
yellows.
out.
Sounds good, Bruce.
Sure.
Normal.
Can just,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not afraid of the
He makes a
blank
double
now.
into that, like,
Yeah.
it does.
Both
No.
yellows go. They're still going to be
No,
sitting
exactly.
3, so near impossible to set up a blank for Jacobs, but great chance to force for Mouat.
Eight five.
Easy. Yep. Whoa. Easy.
8-5.
Close.
Yep.
Yes.
Gotta go.
Hard.
Gotta go.
Hard. Hard.
Whoa. Yeah, how to get out. Great shot.
That sticks. That was the important part, that the third red stuck around the house.
I don't think we need to.
Chelsea, do you ever think about drawing back 8?
I would.
Whatever weight that is.
Throwing for
They're playing the double.
Yeah. That was a nice shot. Looks like thin half, Mark.
I'm seeing
A
like
third.
here.
Pretty skinny here. Kind of weighty throwing, Brad.
An easy
The other.
dig out for Mouat if
No.
you make
I
this.
think that's why. Like,
Put a
if,
double in your last
Yeah, I
blank.
like this. We might have double in the blank.
yeah, so he's playing this thinking that even if
Kinda weight
Mouat
throw,
makes
Kelsey.
the chase or the hit that he's going to have to make, that
Go
he
to
might have a
third,
double
Mark.
for the blank end.
Thin half.
Yeah, I'm seeing like right on the line is close.
You
Saw
bet.
Jacobs moving quickly to the other end. Clock at 3:15 and counting here.
Not a lot of
counting
time.
though.
Whoa. Whoa.
Curl.
Whoa.
Curl.
Curl. Curl. Curl.
Curl.
Curl. Curl. Curl.
Stay there.
Very good. Very good.
Not too bad.
Got a little thicker, but good result.
Yeah.
Little spin back that he got because he hit it so thin. If that was a little thicker, you might have actually got a spin almost up behind that yellow. That's not really a guard, but sort of a corner guard.
Oh, wait, Bruce.
Same weight.
Already giving the guard an extra look to make sure that
Yeah, I just don't want to get
there's
close
no
to
chance
that.
that's
Yeah,
on the
to make
paint.
big roll.
I think if you hit the red, you're going out, but yeah.
We're trying to roll to even up with the other red
8-5.
Yeah.
I'll say wait.
to get the
8-5.
force.
Yeah. Last one was on high 8s, was it?
Well, I
You
think
got it.
Chelsea Jacobs might give one. He has to choose between the two. That's my prediction.
You might get booed.
Yeah, wouldn't be the first time on either of those things.
Low eights.
But you're right, he might.
Curl. Clean.
Need to roll this to even up so there's no double to blank. And that's perfect. Great shot from Mouat. So I'm going to predict they give one. I think they want to be down 2 with, as opposed to tied up without.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I think that's, I'm not so sure that the women would do that, but I think in the men's game, you're better off to be 2 down.
10.5 is the call, so they are taking a single.
He's trying to stick.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought they'd go down 2 with, but I guess if you look at the scoreboard, this game is gone.
Yeah, it's been
3 looks
hard
tough.
to, yeah. even deuces have been hard, so.
Should be a big cheer for Brad now after he takes the point instead of giving one, like the quarterfinals.
The crowd here will like him better.
So it is a single, the force in effect for Mouat. All tied up, 3-3. Mouat will have hammer in the 8th.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
We're 3-3 in the 8th end of action here. The championship final. Coyote National in St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. Grand Slam curling season. 3rd event in. Brad Jacobs and Bruce Mouat tied up. Mouat will have hammer after getting the force in the 7th end. Big advantage to win this game, so very likely the last end of this tournament. Finally a blink here from Hebert as that rock slips off the center line. Tyler George here with 2-time Scotties champion Chelsea Carey. And Chelsea, Benny'd been great all game long, but the difference in that rock touch in the center and just being off so big is now the tick attempt is available for Junior.
You hate to hate on him because he's played so well, but that's a huge miss from Ben Hebert as it turns out.
And that's perfectly made by McMillan.
Oh, it even rolled
and
in.
a little spin for fun. The double broom raise from Hammy.
Yeah, that is perfect.
Senior likes that one at home. Not too bad there, Ham.
That's better, Mike. Yeah. I'll do it. Okay, line's perfect.
Wait, good.
Really too bad, too. I mean, Hebert has been so good all game long. That you're talking 2-3 inches. The difference between great first shot and...
Right on that leaf.
Well, and then also, like, we're putting it on Ben, but you could sweep that differently probably, too, and get it there. That's a bit of a team shot unless they swept it to straight or curl the whole way. You know, like there's some management stuff there, but regardless, won't be happy with that one. This one is good. The first one, not so much. So now for Bruce Mouat, doesn't even have to stick.
You're right. Yeah, I didn't mind it.
But do it nice. Waist close. Do it nice. You're on a good path. Line looks real good. Waist nice. Top 4. You're on a really good path. Get it great. Curl.
Right to top 4 here for
Fill 4. Fill 4.
Millen.
Great job.
Perfectly done. What a game from Hammy. Can't remember hardly anything he missed the whole way through.
I mean, I think that was Ben's first miss, and Hammy hasn't missed yet, so the leads are doing their job for the most part. Very impressive.
Timeout here for Jacobs. They're first. They still have another. 2:39 left on their clock.
You're going to freeze. They're going to peel 5 in a row.
Because here's the thing. I think you can get to the nose of that. Go around it.
Webby?
What's that?
Oh, Webster?
We're going to have to make some good shots now with one center guard. So if we get to the nose and move it back button, I just think if we don't move this one, he's going to have a piece of the forefront.
Probably got to bump it, Cops.
Yeah, that's fine.
You only have one, like,
We only have one guard, so we're not going to get to do it.
Are you on board with that? You like that?
Yeah, what turn do you like?
I think I got to throw the in. I have a piece, and it'll probably curl
Guys,
more.
I'm positive you can get to the nose on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just what turn was my only question.
I think the in turn.
I didn't see an inch with the in.
Back,
Okay, so
solid
we're trying to
back
get
four.
it to here, right?
Trying to bump it right to the back button, Cupsy.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay, buddy. Thanks.
Gotta make sure we get by.
Trying to basically draw the back 8 cups.
Yeah.
They want to move this rock now, Chels, while they have the chance to.
Yeah, you heard the conversation around now that we only have one guard, we have to kind of change the strategy. You got to make everything pretty perfect, and you're maybe playing this little tap a little sooner than you would have if there was 2 guards. But I think the right call here.
A little bit light. Top 4.
Please.
Yep.
Hard. Hard.
Line good.
Line good.
Just judge for me.
Gotta go. Go ahead.
Room.
Room.
T-line.
Room. Girl distance.
Girl, let it go to the one.
Keep going.
Come on.
Keep going.
Yeah, just keep
See
going.
how far they can move it.
If you can. Get up there.
I do not
Okay, good. Okay, good throw.
Good shot.
All right, so they get it a little farther up, not behind the tee as they were hoping for. Bruce immediately putting the broom down to Peel.
Half to that, fine, but still you should push up.
We back. Clean. We back. Yes. Hard. Okay.
Peel made for Lammy, so Chelsea just simple shots here for probably the next few for Team Mouat, as they don't need to do anything but make sure the center's open and probably a couple more guards at least. So what point for Team Jacobs are you doing something different with
They got a 3.
this setup as opposed to throwing the center guards?
3-ish. Go
I
ahead.
think it's probably your last shot.
Clean for line.
Just the way those are set up, there's not even like a good freeze you could make that wouldn't leave him a blast. So I think you just keep guarding this until.
Keep going. You got it.
Come on.
And I think at some point the debate becomes, will they keep peeling it? But I think because of the way the rocks are set up right now, they'll probably peel it the whole way. And then on your last one, you got to make some kind of double tap, hit something, and then Bruce Mouat will have either a double or a draw to the button or forefoot to win the game. So my guess is you'll see a steady diet of guards and peels until skip rocks here at least.
Kind of want to make a really bold prediction that
Hey, take this one.
Junior's tick shot that spun in is the game winner.
I agree with you.
Point, because they could end up playing a bomb to clear things on the last, and Shooter doesn't have to stay.
And I actually think waiting that long and a number of the things that I just said are to do with the fact that that rock is in the house.
Go real close.
Clean.
Maybe a little deeper.
4.
On that, yeah, on the Coyote.
Clean.
On that leaf.
Line's good.
It's a little deep.
Okay. Line's good.
Leaf's
Just
good.
clean. Oh. Good, Mark.
Good spot, Mark.
Good.
And Mouat, if you're wondering why they're not trying to get something moving in the house here too,
Shot. Thanks.
Bruce knows he's going to have a pretty straightforward shot at the end of this game for the win, as long as they just keep making these peels.
Yeah, Team Mouat is happier with what's going on in the house than Team Jacobs is. So when you're the team that's happier, you don't want to move a lot of stuff. You just peel guards. And no matter what Brad Jacobs does, I think you're going to have a pretty makeable shot for the win. I guess the only thing that he maybe could do, but it looks really difficult, is try to make a tap just far enough that they're shot. But then
Same
you
way,
still
Greg.
just make a nose
Same
hit
way.
double
Ahead a little
for
less.
Bruce
Here more,
Mouat. So
even.
I don't see a great
Room.
option for
Little more
Brad
line.
Jacobs
Same
with the
way.
way the rocks are set up right now.
Pretty tight. Yeah, weight's good. Weight's good. Here, lads.
Curl a bit. Curl.
White line.
Oh. Clean.
On that leaf.
Clean.
Good shoot, Mark.
Good,
shoot,
Mark.
guys. Good scrubs.
Another good guard from Kennedy.
Clean. Close.
Clean. Yeah, real good.
No problem there again with the peel from Hardy. Jacobs immediately going down to the other end, so it does look like it's going to be another guard. They're going to put it all on one shot from Mouat. I don't think Bruce is ever doing anything to field again,
I don't
just
either.
because there isn't a ton of danger in there.
Well, and I think that that's why you have to throw this guard. You got to make him peel again, and then try to play some kind of tap thing.
Lots of weight. Almost in. Line's
It's
good.
going real tight.
Right
Sweepers
in.
are staying almost in.
Just leave it. Just leave it.
Don't want
Line's
this
good.
on the paint.
Just short. Needs to stop for everything.
Needs to stop.
No. I think it's pretty good.
Good.
Good spot.
That's
Nice.
just
Nice.
fine.
Good.
Good spot. Really good.
Good shot from Jacobs.
Really good spot.
Bruce is going to think about it for a second.
Probably because it's going to be your double line too.
Yeah.
Take your time on it.
Now switching turns now too, because with how tight that one is, Chelsea, there's a chance that the shooter going off for the peel could clip that red in the top of the 12. Might seem like it's not that important, but very much is.
Very important.
As Bruce can play to clear everything on his last without any fear of losing shooter or the red in the house, as long as he knows he has that biter over there that can count for the win. We'll never hear the end of it from Junior if that rock actually counts too, which I kind of want.
Yep. Good. Good, Bruce.
It's a peel made from Mouat, no problem.
Avoid.
It's over the top of the other yellow.
Okay. What's your guys'
So we'll
thought?
listen in, see what Kennedy and Jacobs are thinking.
First thought was this.
Okay, I
Right.
was thinking this.
And then I thought about that, but then he can just whip the double because he's got the biter.
Yeah, but I mean, so if you make it just low, I think you could squirt this into here. Like have it be a 4-foot double. He could jam it.
Could.
But you're right.
Yeah.
So if
Other
we
shot
made,
is that.
If we made this like it to here,
He's gonna draw.
I think he's just playing a little hit and roll.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
probably the easiest shot for him, right?
Okay.
As opposed to a double.
It's on the only spot on the ice I'd want him to throw that hit and roll though. Like,
Is it?
well,
Paul, what shot do you like?
The only spot on the
I
ice.
actually
We
like
talked
the
about that early, but it was
gamesmanship.
going the other way.
So I don't mind either, guys. My first thought was that's probably a harder shot for him. Like, if you make it perfect, you could not make it perfect, and it's an easy shot for him too. We're hoping for the ice to melt on his last one a little bit.
yeah.
What rock do you have left?
If
I got the curly one.
if you were playing this,
So then I
The
get
curly
you're
one,
thinking
so
just a kind of a
confirmed
sliver
that he
high,
doesn't have
Outturn low
matched
is
rock.
what I was thinking.
You're thinking
to get that spin.
outturn
that.
low. You're trying to spin the one kind of over here.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Trying to
want
get it kind of go
hold
both
it,
that
no.
way. Just
I
this much.
like that shot.
You do better.
I do.
I'm good at either,
I
guys.
do. I like the yellow low.
Okay. Mark, just like easy.
Make it.
So you heard yellow low.
Is that the way you
Which
have
means
it
it's
lined?
on the outturn. This is
Yep.
was my first
Okay,
thought
Steve's
too.
good
If you
here.
come across the face of this just a little bit, and roll, you could roll both of them kind of lined up,
Trying to hit like
and
7, 8,
ideally
4.
perfectly lined up so the double's not a nose hit at least. I think that's the best you can do.
And then my prediction comes true because Bruce would whip it,
Yeah,
clear
roll
both,
out.
roll out, and Hammy's
And
rock
Hammy's
counts,
rock counts, yeah.
which would be the call of the week. Above and beyond anything
makes
these
it
guys have done out
3/4
there,
low.
obviously.
Yep.
Out turn, short run for Jacobs. Wants to cross this yellow just a hair.
Ben trying to curl
This
this.
has got to curl a
Gotta
long
get
ways
over there
still.
a long way.
There it goes.
Get it out.
And that's going to
Good try.
go all the way through, just overthrew that, I think, a little bit.
Either a little heavy or a little wide or both, but
All right, Bruce, fire it so that other rock counts.
crowd acknowledging what feels like a bit of a foregone conclusion, but not over yet. Stranger things have happened. Wide open hit here, though, for Bruce Mouat. Does not have to stick the shooter.
That Bruce just needs contact for his third straight Grand Slam championship this season, with one loss to his team in all 3 events. #1 ranked team in the world, #1 year to date. Trying to leave no doubt as to what team is the front runner to repeat for the World Championship. And continue this run. 3 straight Grand Slams for Bruce Mouat. Fantastic final both ways. Mouat with the 5-3 victory over Team Jacobs. Chelsea, the final we were hoping for, low-scoring game, but not by any means an uninteresting game, extremely exciting, and the execution from these two teams was just fantastic all game long.
So well played by both teams. Great final, great week. Thank you to St. John's, all the volunteers, all the crew, all the staff, everybody here. It's been an unbelievable slam.
Maybe some curlers on George Street tonight, folks. If you're looking to meet your heroes, come on out.
Do meet your heroes.
So now we go into the holiday break for the Grand Slam season. We wish you and yours a happy holiday season. And for Tyler George, Chelsea Carey, the Grand Slam of Curling, the Home Team Network. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in Guelph in January.
Congratulations, this is your 3rd Grand Slam title in a row. You've lost 1 game here on the Slam circuit all season. What are the little things that make the big difference that makes this group so special?
It's a very good question. I'm not even that sure. So, I think we just have really gelled as a team over the last 8 years we've been together. We're really good friends off the ice. Like, we spend every day together at training as well. So, you know, they're like my family, so it's really fun to play with.
With this win, you're now 4th for all-time winningest skips in the Grand Slam of Curling, just behind Kevin Martin, Glenn Howard, and Brad Gushu. Pretty good company. How does that feel for you personally?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to me. You know, there's some big names that you're saying, so yeah, it's incredible to be amongst those legends, and yeah, to be a part of just the Grand Slams and being here. It's just so special.
You're playing in a city this year with an obvious hometown favorite, but you were almost adopted as one of their own this week. What was it like to curl here at the Mary Brown Center in St. John's?
Yeah, it's been absolutely incredible. Like, I can't thank everyone enough for all the support throughout the entire week, not just for our team, but for every team. You guys have made us feel like celebrities here, so yeah, we really appreciate everything.
Thanks, Bruce. The 2024 Coyote National Men's Champion, Bruce Mouat. Back to you.
Well, St. John's, how about that men's final? How about one big round of applause for the runners-up this week, Team Brad Jacobs? We're going to ask is, if you're able, if you can stick around, we're coming back from commercial shortly. We're going to do the official awards presentation, the trophy presentation for Team Mouat. Couple of quick announcements just before we get there. Just want to, I worked in the Grand Slam of Curling for 9 years, and I think I can speak on behalf of everybody when I say we've never, ever, ever had a crowd like this here in St. John's. From all of us, big thank you to anybody. Raise your hand, make yourself visible in a bright orange jacket. A couple hundred volunteers this week came out. They put a lot of time in to make this world-class event what it was. So give yourselves a big round of applause. great hospitality it is, and you know, not even just in the arena, but around the city, and they really felt like home, all of us did. So thank you so much. Give yourselves a round of applause. We're just about 45 seconds away from coming back, so thank you so much, St. John's. If you can stick around for the trophy presentation, that would be great. This is an event we will always remember here in the Grand Slam of Curling, and I hope we'll really soon here in the Grand Slam. Along with Ron Wilkie, the Canadian sales manager of KIOTI Tractor, to present the championship.